Hello and welcome to episode 39 of
the Eldritch Podblast. Wah, 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 wah. You didn't even.
I didn't.
You just gave up.
I didn't. I was like.
You just gave me center stage.
I was like, I'm going to be completely silent and see what he does. And you delivered.
I gave like stadium announcer.
You did give stadium announcer.
I was trying to serve up as much stadium announcer as I could.
I think that worked. Well,
I even gave the air horn myself.
You did. I was like, in case you did something really weird, I was like, it would be so funny if I don't say. And then there we go.
You'd really do me like that.
Yeah, I really did you like that. Not only would I do you like that, I did you like that.
You did me like that.
Did you like that?
From everyone
from
here.
Everyone here.
Every single person here just saw you do me like that. Can we get some F's in the chat for me?
F's in the chat. F's in the chat for Jack.
For me.
Honestly, I would have just taken away from that stadium announcement. I've got to be honest.
No, I feel like you would have. Why don't you give me stadium announcer?
I'll say that for another time. Welcome to the Eldritch Podblast.
Am I in a stadium right now?
Sound like one of the people feeding people nuts in the rows.
Chucking them down the line.
I sounded more like that. You know what?
I think you did a fantastic job.
Thanks,
Give me your best air horn. Let's go. Perfect.
This is actual auditory hell. And I'm going to have to turn our volumes down so much.
I think you should turn them up.
Oh, yeah. So
I can turn them up down here if everyone wants.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hi, I'm Margaret.
I'm Jack.
And welcome. How are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
I think everyone's good.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
I hope you're doing great.
I thought so.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm brilliant. I was about to swear.
No.
Last time I remember everyone was just like, why are you bothered about swearing? You swear all the time. But God, he can't swear in the first 10 minutes.
Can't swear in the first 10 minutes. Which obviously proves very difficult for both of us.
Very difficult, especially me.
Because we swear a
all
lot.
The time.
If you didn't know.
Love to swear. It's like I emphasize by swearing.
Yeah.
Not so much by like shouting.
No.
Swearing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like to swear.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm just coming off the back of having a cold. So I have still quite like a gravelly throat and a sore throat.
You don't sound like you do.
If I need to clear my throat a lot, I do apologize.
Sorry, they always listen to me clear my throat anyway.
True. I will try to move away from the mic when I do so.
Nah, the best thing to do for the people is cough into the mic.
yeah, like the cat. Yeah. Well, before we get any more completely unhinged, we have a little bit of an announcement.
We have a small announcement.
A small announcement.
Tiny little.
Just a little thing.
Very small.
Just a little thing.
Announcement about something.
Yeah. Editing Margaret, roll the clip.
Roll the clip. As the dragon lands in front of you. I thought I could smell human flesh. Margaret, it's Rayla's turn. What's she doing?
Okay, Rayla's going to wild shape. She's going to use her magical item to rage as well. She is going to run right in, and she's going to get a natural 20.
What do you mean you got a natural 20? I haven't even rolled yet. How did you know?
See, when you wear Eldritch Podblast merch, you will always roll natural 20.
Oh.
What?
The Eldritch Podblast cannot and will not be held responsible if you do or do not roll a natural 20 while wearing our merchandise. T's and C's apply. You can forward all complaints to our manager, Bully.
Yeah! It's finally happened!
It's finally happened!
Here.
It's here,
We've
baby.
Got the merch, baby!
The merch is here, baby!
I wish, I don't know if this is even copyrighted, but you know what we're doing.
Oh, nice. What
do you think?
Go on, brush it off, Margaret.
Brush it off.
There it is.
Brush it off.
Merch is live.
Merch is live,
right
baby.
now.
Right now. It is the first link in the description. www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk.
That's the one.
You can go there right now.
Right
you can
now.
purchase yourself a shirt.
You can purchase yourself 2 shirts,
2
3
shirts,
shirts, 4 shirts,
90,
5
40,000
shirts. I think the minimum for the basket is 10 shirts.
Yeah, that's
Both,
what I heard,
you know.
actually. Yeah, that's what I heard.
But yeah, so you can go now and buy these t-shirts, these exact t-shirts, the heavy metal t-shirt, the logo t-shirt with the back print, which you've seen before that says Squad Blasters.
Hell yeah, go on, Jack, show him. Go on. Nice. Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
I remember last time we did that, you couldn't actually see it at all.
You couldn't see anything.
So I'm not going to try this time.
No, couldn't see anything.
You've seen them.
You've seen them.
We love them. Hopefully you do too.
Hopefully you love them. It sounds like you do.
Sounds like you do.
So, thank you
Unless
so
you were
much.
lying.
Is that what it is?
Is that what it was?
Were you lying
Was it all lies?
to your parents?
But yeah, don't feel like you have to go pick one up.
No,
you know,
of course not. No,
we
of course
don't.
not.
We don't. You don't need to go and get one. Or anything
You do
like
not.
That.
You do
we
not.
just wanted to know that it's a good way to support the podcast.
Yep.
Or, like, you know, we do get some money from it, and so far, you know, the very small amount that we've made from YouTube,
we've just reinvested.
So
yeah,
we spend a lot of time in the podcast. We spend
do.
a lot of time in the Discord.
We do.
We spend a lot of time doing the TikToks and everything like that. So it is nice to be able to like get some monetary gain.
Yeah,
for
no,
it.
it is definitely.
So,
Yeah,
you know, just so you know, that money goes directly to us.
Yeah.
It helps us very much.
it's an amazing way to support us. But you being here and watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, that helps us more than you would ever know.
More than enough.
Yeah, 100%.
So don't feel like you have to, but if you do, just know it's supporting us, and it's a great way to do so. So
It is.
thank you very much.
Oh, shall we hit him with the...
Oh,
we hit him with the banner. We hit him with the thing.
hit 'em with the thing.
Thanks, guys. And they're not limited edition.
Yep.
They're not going anywhere.
Nope.
There isn't a finite time for you to get them.
Absolutely not.
So
if you can't pick one up today, don't worry about it. If you can't pick one up for 2 weeks, don't worry about it. If you can't pick one up this month, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
it's fine.
it.
They're not going anywhere.
Nope.
They're always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just add to it.
Yeah.
More designs and things like that as we go
Exactly. And if, you know, the next launch, for whatever reason we retire these, we'll let you know well in advance, but that is very far away.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you so much for wanting it.
Yeah.
We are... God, I'm so excited just to see like people's pictures coming in wearing them.
Yeah. If you do, 100%. If you do pick up a t-shirt, send us a picture.
Please.
Of you repping it. We'd love to see that. Send it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Send it on TikTok, on Instagram, whatever
How
you
about
want.
we have like a showcase? You know, with Meantime, we just have a showcase of just people wearing their merch.
That might be quite boring to watch.
That might, that might be quite boring to watch, but it might be nice.
But just so you know, we'll see them.
Yeah, it will. We
so
will.
Thank you very much.
We will. Thank you and enjoy. Can you tell that we're trying to drag this out a little bit? So if you wanted to buy your t-shirt, literally now as it launched, you have the time to do so and you don't miss too much of the podcast.
That's fine. People can pause it.
You pause.
There's a pause button.
There is a pause button.
Yeah.
I'm thinking mainly for the people in the watch party. There isn't the ability to pause much.
Get a second screen.
Yeah. Buy a t-shirt and buy yourself a second screen.
But yeah, okay. So
yeah.
Well,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling rejuvenated. We stuck to our schedule this week.
Yeah, we've done a lot better. We're back on track.
We are back on track. It's been a week since we last filmed, which is he is under the table, yes.
Somehow the dog
has gotten under the table.
We barricaded it all off so he couldn't get under the table, and somehow
he's somehow.
He's not a very small dog.
No.
And I didn't notice him get under the table.
Yep, he's under the table, but it is
probably there.
It's very warm right now.
Yeah, it is warm in the UK.
We have like tiles on the floor, so he actually likes to sit under the table to cool down. Yeah. We've
got the door open today, so if you hear the birds chirping,
then
the chirds burping.
The chirds are burping.
Then sorry, but it's too hot and I'm not closing the door.
It's so warm. Anyone else in UK, I wonder if it's as warm for you as it is for us.
But the thing is, it's like, we're like, oh man, it's so hot, it's 20 degrees. And everyone else is like, that's just like that's like a cool day.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, Paris, one of our mods, she's from Australia. And she was like, just so you know, I've woken up and it's 12 degrees and I am freezing.
Yeah.
I have my heated blanket on. I am shivering cold.
It's because people have like AC and stuff, and the houses are like painted colours to like not absorb the heat and things like that.
Yeah. In UK, when it gets hot,
we're just not built for it.
It's like a universal joke, right? That Britons do not deal well with heat, and we don't because we're not equipped to deal with it.
Our country isn't equipped to deal with it because we only get it like now and then.
Yeah, and we're not used to it as well.
No, we're not.
So it's the same thing where if you live somewhere really hot,
we're not acclimatized.
No, we're not, and we're just babies. So
yeah.
we're just big babies.
Bambinos.
Just Bambinos. That's all it is. Yes, I am double packed today.
This is an energy drink.
Yep, I'm not triple packed.
We put that energy drink in the fridge last night and it burst.
Oh my god, yeah, we put it in the
freezer.
If I remember, I'll put the picture of. I didn't take a picture. Never mind. I was gonna say I'll put the picture of it in, but we were. I can't remember what we were doing, and we heard like this big bang, and it scared the shit out of both of us.
And we were both like,
yeah.
And we came out, started searching
couldn't
around the
see
house.
anything.
Margaret went to get it this morning, and obviously because she didn't put it in the fridge, so I was like, I'll cool it down in the freezer so you can have it. And then she forgot about it, and I forgot about it, so it popped in the freezer. So she sent me out to get her another one for the podcast.
So we're well equipped. We got an energy drink. We got some water.
Orange Dreamsicle.
Orange Dreamsicle. If you know, you know.
By Rain.
Yep. Sponsored by Rain. Thanks, Rain.
Thanks, Rain. Thanks for the cash money.
If you see the lighting change a little bit, it's because the back door is open and the curtains in front of it keep moving.
No one's gonna notice that.
Well, again, I'm trying. You know, I'm trying to bide a little bit of time here.
You don't need to bide any more time.
Let's move
on to the next thing. What have we got next?
Okay, well, let's move on to the next thing. So, the next thing we would like to cover is some fan art.
Yes, some very beautiful fan art.
Some absolutely beautiful fan art.
Fantastic, beautiful fan art.
So, starting with, Cefy has sent in some fan art a couple of times to the Podblast. I think Cefy was actually one of the very first.
Cefy was one of the first ones.
And I don't know if you remember.
Rayla squatting.
Squat blasters.
Squat blasters.
And then Rayla and Wolfthorpe chasing him.
Chasing after Cefy.
Chasing after Cefy for drawing her as a squat blaster.
Yeah.
Because this is when I was in my arc of not liking squad blasters. Can't relate anymore.
And Unreal.
Cefy drew this as like an emoji for our Discord.
It's so cute. I'll put that in the timestamps.
Thanks, Jack. It's just the sweetest little thing ever. I absolutely love it. We absolutely have made it a emoji in the Discord as well.
An emoji in the Discord, which is cool as hell.
Now regularly used, and it's just adorable. It's actually the photo of me from the merch.
Yeah. From the first time we showed that merch,
and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the fact you even drew my tattoos in Cefy.
Yeah. It's cool, isn't it?
It is.
I just love the.
I know
it's
the
coloured in
the
and
purple
tied.
hair. I know. I love it. So
very cute.
Thank you.
Cefy's art's always really cute.
Cefy, you know
I
what?
just think it's like so cute.
Cefy is definitely one of the most like active. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Like artists
Yeah,
and like
super active.
Cefy, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're constantly so creative and always posting your art.
I don't know how any of you do it.
No, neither do I. Honestly, neither do I.
It's quite insane how you all just like find some time to like
just to draw.
So, I mean, that would take me years.
Yeah, well, same. I would not be able. No, I would absolutely not be able to do that either. And that's me. I'm looking at. So,
yeah.
But no. Thank you, Cefy.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Cefy.
Absolutely love it.
I do. I love it. It's very cute.
So the next piece of fan art is sent in by Meggles, and we'll show it, and then I'll give just a little some little background to this. So here is some fan art of actually myself and Jack
and me.
And
not as a rat.
Not as a rat. Oh my god.
Could you believe
this is number 2.
Did you think the day would come?
I did not, Jack. I did not think the day would come. And for it to be such an amazing piece of art as well.
Piece of art.
And Meggles reached out and just said, like, I would love to draw you and Jack. Do you have any characters you'd like to send over so I can incorporate bits of them into your portraits?
Yeah.
Which, first of all, what an amazing idea.
Yeah.
That's such an amazing idea.
Obviously, I have loads of characters, but I've never really, been able to play them to the extent where, but, for some reason, I just have this thing about Jasper, and I just love Jasper.
Yeah,
I just love the way,
Jasper.
I just love, I think he's amazing. So I've got Jasper's coat and shirt on.
Yep.
His blue shirt that he stole to be a blade singer.
That was the one thing you asked for, and I just think that's so obviously Jasper's coat and shirt.
I know.
Like, so obviously. Yeah. And I sent over pictures of Rayla and Beloved. So Beloved was my very first character, my tiefling. And listen, I think if you're not sitting down, I think you might need to sit down.
Okay. I am sat down.
Okay.
So I'm prepared for what might come.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to come.
It might be a bit shocking.
Okay.
So I sent some photos of Rayla.
Okay.
Who's my moon druid? I know.
Shut it down.
Take the time you
need.
Shut
it down.
Take the time you need.
I
get it. I know.
I'm too shook.
I know.
The podcast is over.
I understand.
Call it for today.
That's it. See you in the next one.
I need to go for a nap.
So I sent over pictures of Rayla, and Meggles just so perfectly incorporated bits of, Beloved's horns, Rayla's moon, and Jesus, I have never been drawn in a likeness like this before. Like I've never had my actual like portrait drawn before.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely
it's insane, isn't it?
Insane. And
I just love the way it looks.
I do too. I love the style of it. I love the logos in the background.
The style of it is like, insane.
It's absolutely beautiful. And to give you some background on Meggles, I am absolutely certain you will have seen her artwork before. Meggles has a very popular tiefling character. And when this was years ago, putting together Beloved, my first tiefling character.
Yeah, the barbarian.
I did what we all do. We go on Pinterest, we type red female tiefling fighter. And some of Meggles' artwork came up of her very popular character. And that is actually what I based Beloved's design off. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Now you've got the horns.
And now I've got it like
now Meggles drew you with the horns. Now Meggles drawn
me with the horns that have been inspired by her character.
The character that was inspired by her character.
Which you know that
what, like 3.5, 4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 years ago. That's like insane. Isn't that crazy? So Meggles, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's insane.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I will of course leave links to Meggles below. I will also of course leave links to Cefy below as well. And thank you both so much.
Yes, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
We love the fan art.
We do. We really do.
You're all so talented.
You are.
Yeah. You're talented.
You're so talented.
You're talented.
And it kind of makes me sick how talented you are. Because I'm jealous.
Yeah. Do I have slight hatred for you? Because you're so talented?
You know.
Maybe.
I'm very jealous of you.
That's not the point of this.
No. But honestly, thank you so much. And
God, you're all so talented. I love you so much. And the fact that you're part of this community and you're drawing and people can come to you for commissions and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
I know. The fact that you want to spend your time on us.
I know. Just can I draw you and yeah,
yes.
If you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know why you would want to draw this, but go if you want.
Please. So, and any fan art that gets sent in will always show on the podcast because we always want to support artists. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the part where we would move on to our session recap.
But
we don't have a session recap because we didn't play last week.
Because I took a week off.
Yeah, you needed a break.
I needed a break.
And that's very
there was
normal.
a big arc that finished, and we got really busy with some other stuff, so I just took the week off, and now we're playing tomorrow.
Yeah. So have a session recap next week. No session recap this week.
Feeling refreshed, feeling
good.
better.
Yeah, how are you feeling about it?
Feeling good, yeah. Feeling ready to get back to it.
Good. Yeah, same. You know what? I think maybe I didn't even realize that I maybe needed the week off as well.
Yeah, I think we were just busy, like the podcast and things, and everything that comes with the podcast. It does take up a lot of time, and we're still doing our other job.
Yeah, we have a full-time. We have full-time jobs.
Yeah, it's just a lot. So sometimes you just got to take 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And all of you, DMs, players, if you need some time off, take some time off. You owe it to yourself. You really owe it to yourself.
Yeah. If you're feeling a bit like it's getting on top of you, just take a week off.
Take a break.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, especially DMs. You are exerting so much creativity all the time. You have to be in control of a bunch of idiots around a table. It gets tough.
It does get tough. And sometimes you just need to reset. Like, you can get like in over your head with what you're planning and like, oh, this is too much. But then as soon as you take the week off and you take a step back and you just like reset everything, and it doesn't, like, you've got more time to just think about what's happening in your campaign. Sometimes I think you can just get a fresh perspective on it. And since last week, I've just got a fresh perspective on it. Like, there's a few things that now I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do this. And I want to do this. And the ideas just begin to flood in a little bit more. When I'm inundated with thoughts and pressure, like, my brain just doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to, like, be as free to make up those storylines.
Naturally,
like
yeah.
So as soon as I take a break and I reset, like, I go out with the dog, or I just sit in the garden and, like, sit with the dog. It's always I'm with the dog.
It's always with the dog.
Like,
he's looking at me.
Those thoughts just begin to come. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I just need a bit of quiet time sometimes to be able to think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And I think also with being a DM, and especially because there's no one kind of in our real lives who you can talk to and kind of bounce these ideas off of. That would normally be me. And obviously you can't bounce the ideas off of me, at least to an extent.
Yeah.
I think it's so easy when it's your own, you don't have any like reflection. There's no one to share your ideas with and elaborate on them. I think it's easy to get caught up in thinking too much about them and overthinking them and potentially ruining them in your own head.
Yeah, I think for me, I've always, like, in terms of ideas, like, I work best when you can see sort of when we're creating the characters, like, all I need sometimes is just like a touch.
Oh, same. Yeah, no, yeah.
And then the idea will flow.
Yeah.
So I do always work best being able to like bounce my ideas off someone.
Yeah.
But obviously I don't get that sometimes.
Yeah,
as a DM,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Which, you know, it can be hard because I want to tell Margaret everything, but at the same time I don't want to tell Margaret everything because I want her to be surprised when it all happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, it can be frustrating not having that person. But I do think, tell you what, sometimes the Discord, like just reading DMs, some of the DMs in there, like their ideas and their campaign updates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it can like just spark some things. Like,
yeah, of course.
It'll just like make me think, oh, maybe I could do this, and then that trail of thought will just snowball for ages.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's a very natural thing when you do anything creative. Yeah. So take a break.
Take a break.
If
you need one, take a break.
Be easy on yourself.
And just know that you are entitled to a break.
Of course. Don't let anyone make you believe otherwise.
Yeah, like your players will be probably good that they don't get to play D&D that week, but if you burn yourself out, I think they'd be more upset if you didn't play D&D ever again.
Exactly.
Because you burnt yourself out.
Exactly. I agree. Very much so. So, no session recap. You don't get one. All right?
But you do get something else.
You do get something else. So.
We wouldn't do that to you. We wouldn't take away the session recap.
Snatchy hands.
And then not give you something back. Margaret might.
Oh, I might.
Oh, give me.
Snatchy.
Give me. Yeah. Give me the session recap.
Raccoon hands. We have a very exciting announcement. Another announcement.
We have another announcement.
We have another announcment for you.
We have another announcement.
How's the whiplash?
Yeah.
So, we would like to announce... Call your lawyer. What lawyer?
I don't have a lawyer. Maybe I should get one, though.
Yeah. Oh. What the fuck, Jack? What do you mean by that? That's ominous.
Maybe I should get a lawyer, huh?
Huh? What?
I
bet you're scared now. Anyway, we have an announcement.
Yeah, we do.
Take it away, Jack.
Me?
No, do you want me to do?
I don't have it written up on here.
Okay.
You can't do me like that. I can tell you the title of it.
Ad lib it. Go on.
I can tell you the title of it.
Go on.
We have a brand new, never seen before homebrew challenge. For you.
For you.
And you. Move aside. And you.
And behind.
Yeah.
At the back.
Yeah, and the person right at the barrier. You as well.
All of you.
Every single one of you.
We have a new homebrew challenge we would like to invite you all to partake in.
Yeah.
So this was actually an idea set up by one of our mods, Sherry. And
mods coming through, baby.
Mods coming through, and all of our mods have really helped, especially last night. Last minute, they all really helped to chime in on this.
Yeah.
And basically, what it is. So...
Stick with us. We're trying to describe it the best we can. It's actually a very simple concept.
It's a very simple concept, but I don't understand things very well.
Yes.
So, the new homebrew challenge. So, the challenge is based all around making various D&D creations following a specific theme that we set. Here's how it's going to work. So we will choose a theme for each challenge cycle, which for right now, each challenge cycle there's going to be 4 creations per theme, which is going to take place over 8 weeks.
Yeah.
We've prepared a random rolling table that we're going to be used to roll on every 2 weeks to tell you what the creation element is going to be
making.
So every Monday, and that includes today.
Yeah.
During our episodes, we're all going to roll together, you included, you at the back as well.
Here's the dice, here's the tray.
And we're going to roll together for the creation element within the theme. So this is going to tell you whether you're going to be making a magic item, an ability, a spell, a character, and whatever else the dice decides, because we're rolling a d20, so that gives you an idea of how many things there are to create.
That means there's 20 options, just so you know.
just in case that wasn't clear. And then once you have the details, you'll have 1 week to work on your creation, and then you can submit it specifically in our Homebrew Challenge forum in our Discord.
Yes.
That's the only way that we're going to be able to take submissions right now, because it's the easiest way for us by far.
If you don't normally join Discords and you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. If you want to join the Discord just to take part in the Homebrew Challenge,
100%.
Feel free, and then you can just ignore the Discord for the rest of the time.
Exactly.
If you really want to do it and you've been thinking about checking out the Discord, the link is in the description below to the Discord.
Yeah.
You can find the Homebrew Challenge forum, and in there you can find all of the details of the format of what you're going to be filling out to complete this challenge.
Yeah. And then finally, so every other Thursday, in our episodes, we're going to be announcing the winner from the previous week's submissions. And then the selected creation is going to be showcased on the Podblast.
Yeah.
Because we love you guys and we really want to be more involved with you. And there's been some changes in the Discord, and this was one of the biggest changes we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is we wanted to make it more D&D centric. We wanted to be able to all get together, have them creative juices flowing. And if that wasn't clear enough, everything will be written out in the homebrew forum thread forum in the Discord.
Forum in the Discord.
Can you tell that this has thrown me through a loop?
So you have a week to create.
Yeah.
Every time we announce one on the podcast, you have a week to create it and submit it in the Discord.
Yeah.
And then the week, basically on a Thursday, we're going to announce the winner, and then we're going to show everyone your creation.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if you're one of those people who's never created before and wanted to give it a go, use this as an incentive.
Yeah.
Some of those people who, I love making magic items. I love making all sorts of homebrew stuff. So if you fancy doing it, we'll show, if you win, we're going to show you on the podcast and we're going to review it and we're going to talk about it. We're going to say, this is why it's fucking sick.
Exactly. We'd love to give you a space in our space, basically, because we share this all together.
Yeah. And I've seen some of your stuff on the Discord already. Like, where you've shown me some of your homebrew magic items or your homebrew monsters and stuff like that, and it's insane.
Exactly.
So I want to give you a place where everyone can see it. Not just people in the Discord.
Exactly.
Everyone who subscribes to this channel.
Everyone, exactly.
Yeah.
So, submissions for the first element open today. You have 1 week to get them in, and they're going to close on Monday the 5th at midnight.
Yeah.
So you have 1 week, and then the winner for this will be announced on Thursday, 15th episode.
Yeah.
So you've got a little while. You've got a week starting from
today. So you got a week
today,
today, and should we roll it up?
Well, should we tell them the theme?
Oh, yeah, the theme.
You want the theme?
You want the theme? Do you want to know what you have to create this in the theme of?
So the theme for the next 4 challenges and the next 8 weeks is Moon.
Why is it Moon, Margaret?
I don't know.
Can you tell me?
I wouldn't know.
That seems quite random to me.
That does seem. I feel like we pulled that out of a hat.
I feel like that's something that maybe doesn't particularly make sense.
No,
in
it
terms
doesn't.
Of the
It's not related to the Podblast at all. There isn't a moon on the t-shirt at all.
And I don't think anything else is related to Moon.
I don't think so.
Nah, don't think so.
Don't think so.
I wonder where we picked that from.
Don't know. Weird that, isn't it?
So the first theme is Moon.
First theme is Moon.
Should we see what the
yes?
the
so
is?
You know what? Shall we show them what's actually on the table?
Yeah, go for it. I'll tell you to throw it up now.
Here is the random rolling table we've created. This is the first draft. This may change. We don't know. But we wanted to include, and the mods made a really big point as well to say, we should include things that aren't just magic items, that aren't just armor, that aren't monsters. So you will have a chance too, if the dice allow it, to create like a character, a BBEG,
an NPC,
a world primer,
a
all
god,
based
deity,
around
or patron.
the theme. So there's loads of things. So if some of the ones we roll you're not too keen on, just know that there's a chance there might be something on this list that will come about, and that's the joy of it. It's all random.
Yeah, maybe you're bad at magic items, but you're great at NPCs.
Exactly.
Okay.
This could be a really good creative activity, and if you do want to get better at making magic items, we're really hoping there's going to be like
100%.
a lot of discussion around it, and there's going to be a lot of like bouncing ideas off
and
of
you can
each
put
other.
them in the forum so other people can read them, so other people can message you and be like, that's great, I really love the way you've done this.
Exactly.
And this community is just like potentially the most supportive community I've ever seen in my entire life.
100%.
So, like, even if you can talk about like how you thought about it and where the idea came from and things like that. It's just a great space to all show your creativity, because I know how creative you are.
100%. I agree. So, we really love the idea of doing this, and we hope you do too, and we really hope you get involved.
Oh yeah, I hope you get involved, because I want to read some of your stuff out on the podcast.
We love being nosy and looking at your stuff.
Show me your stuff.
Show me it.
Show it to me. Right.
Go on. Oh my goodness, sorry.
Why are you
should
attacking
turn
the
that
mic?
down.
Right, what I want to do.
Yeah.
What I want to do is the moon dice. This dice with the moon on is the dice to decide the item.
Okay.
Or the NPC or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I want to roll off to see who chooses it.
Oh, okay.
Which one do you
fine.
want?
I'll take this one.
You want the gummy shark?
All right. So whoever gets the highest
Whoever
roll.
gets the highest gets to roll for the thing.
Okay. You ready?
3, 2, 1.
6,
9.
Oh.
Yeah! I go first, baby. Let's go.
All right. Go on, Jack. Do you want to pass the... Okay. Are you ready?
Let's cook it. Let's cook it. Everyone, give it the,
Cook it.
Give it the magical kiss.
Mwah.
Go on.
Come
Nice.
on.
Okay.
I didn't see you kiss it.
Go on.
Kiss it.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
1.
It's a 1. So the very first moon-themed creation is going to be a simple melee weapon.
A simple melee weapon.
Simple melee weapon, baby.
Okay. Head to the Discord. Head to the Homebrew Challenge forum to find out the specifics and the template that you need to copy to put your submission in.
Yep.
And then we're going to review them and read them out on the 15th.
15th, baby. You have 1 week, friends.
Let's
really
go.
hope you enjoy. And we'll see you hopefully in the Discord and hopefully in the threads. We'll be active in there as well.
We're always active in there.
We're always active. So, yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm
really
excited. It's going to be so fun to see
excited.
what the community comes up with.
Oh my goodness gracious,
we might do like,
me too.
I don't know because if there's enough, it depends how many there is. If the one person submits, then that's the winner.
Then you're the winner.
That's the winner, the loser, and the runner-up.
Hell
but
yeah.
if there's enough and there's quite a lot and we like a lot of them, we might do like a winner and like honorable mentions.
Yeah,
or
of course,
like
of course. Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Awesome.
And you know what? I'm really excited. Like as it kind of gets into like the 8th week where the last creation is being rolled for.
Yeah.
It's like there will be a picture painted, right, of the 3 other items. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you can like take the previous. You could even like have like a set or something.
Yeah, well,
that
exactly.
Like mixes together.
I'm excited to see how people approach this because
it's like an NPC that has the simple weapon.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think how like I would approach it would be so different to how you would approach it and I'm very excited.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? It's like I could hear simple weapon and think something. But then somebody else will hear simple weapon
and think something totally different.
There'll be just 2 different things.
And someone will hear moon and think something totally different as well. So
I already know, don't use the moonsicle, okay?
Do use the moonsicle.
Because that's already a magic
Use
item.
the moonsicle.
That's already a simple weapon.
Use it.
Use
the moonsicle.
That's already a simple weapon
Don't
that's
listen
based
to
off
him.
the moon.
Use it.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right, okay. What are we doing next?
Well, so I don't know if anyone can see. I'm wearing earrings today. I never wear
really
nice. Thanks, Jack. I never wear earrings.
Oh.
But I thought today I'd put some earrings in. I don't know.
Looks really nice.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you. I wonder if I like.
Oh, dang.
I don't know if you can even see them.
Turn your head.
No, okay. Well, I have earrings in. Thanks for asking, guys. So, without any further ado, we've announced the t-shirts, we've announced the homebrew challenge, we've gone through the fan art. The only thing left to do is get into actually today's topic.
My dog is just doing circles under this table.
Oh, he's warm. That's why. A little bit warm. I'm a little bit warm.
Everyone.
Oh, thanks.
Is that good?
Yup.
Yeah.
Any more for me? Oh, thank you. I love it when you do that.
Good.
Thanks.
I can do it again if you want.
Give them some, not me.
There you go.
There you go. So, today we are doing some horror stories. Now, listen, we have gone through some heinous, hideous, awful horror stories.
Sounds quite horrifying to me.
Yeah. These are also, these are horror stories for a reason, right? But I've kind of made a point to get slightly more lighthearted ones and kind of intersperse them with the heavier ones. And we always end the last one on like a kind of like a funnier one.
Yeah, not as bad as last time.
No, not as bad as last time.
Last time was pretty heavy.
Last time was pretty heavy. So, and it's important we talk about those stories, and it's important we talk about these ones too.
Is that a PSA? Not as bad as last time.
Not as bad as last time.
Not as bad as last time.
Not as bad as last time. So, shall we just get straight into it?
100%. Hit me.
Okay.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Say it with me, baby. Number 1.
I didn't hear you say it. Number 1.
Why are you letting Margaret down like that?
So, this is sent in by Gerald, and he goes by he, him.
Jank, thank you very much, Gerald.
What did you just say?
I was about to say jank you.
Jank you.
Jank you. Like
jank, yes. Oh. Jank you.
Give him the jank.
So.
Hit him with the jank.
Hit him with a taint.
Hit him with the taint. Right in the face.
Hi there, I've been binging a podcast recently after finding you on TikTok, and I've been loving every minute. Thank you so much, Gerald. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Gerald.
That. I wanted to share a more lighthearted horror story in case you wanted a little palate cleanser. Thank you. Thank you.
Like a little sorbet.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the middle. You've had your starter.
Yeah.
You're about to get your main course.
A little bit of mango.
You get that little bowl where you dip your fingers in.
Oh, yeah.
You get a little bit of sorbet. That's only at the top end.
That's yeah.
This ain't the top end. This is a dive.
Yeah.
Right here.
Or like in KFC where you get the little wipes.
Yeah, that's what we get here.
That's what you get.
You get the KFC wipes.
You don't get the bowl of water. You get the KFC wipes.
KFC wipes.
Right.
Eldritch Podblast.
This is sponsored by KFC wipes.
That's the sponsorship I want.
Yeah, no,
Come on, KFC. What are you fucking doing?
Come on, we're promoting your little nasty hand wipes.
With that hint of lemon fragrance.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go. Anyway.
So, sorry, Joe. So a few years ago, my partner and I were in our first campaign together with some of my partner's work friends. We made characters but didn't really have a session 0, so we just kind of had introductions and hopped into the story. From the start, I knew one guy, and let's call him Matt, was going to be an issue. Matt introduced his Aarakocra who couldn't speak. He only spoke with sound that he played off a soundboard on his phone. Truth be told, our DM was actually phenomenal, trying to keep up with Matt's bullshit and keep track of 6 other PCs. Matt just had rancid vibes and overall became someone I tried to ignore.
I like rancid.
I like rancid vibes.
Rancid.
Can we bring back rancid vibes?
Do you know what? Bringing them back means I've heard it before, never heard it before, but let's bring it back.
Stop trying to make rancid vibes happen.
Stop trying to make Gerald. Stop trying to make rancid
vibes happen. Sorry. I realise now that I'm talking. I haven't gotten over my cough at all.
Go take a drink.
Full silence.
Today is the day that the merch launch. Go to description. Buy yourself a tea. Buy yourself a tea. Buy yourself a tea.
Oh my god, that slapped, Jack.
What do you think?
I thought that was great.
Okay.
I made myself.
If you haven't bought a t-shirt by now, I don't know. I don't know what's going to. I don't know what's going to make
it. Okay, so on top of him, we had someone else in the party. We'll call him Jeff, who could not make a single decision for himself. His character and mine were stuck in a puzzle room together with a large waterfall blocking our path, a large boulder, and a couple of pressure plates to open a door somewhere. I may be forgetting some of the details. I've tried to forget most of this.
Don't push it out your mind.
Ultimately, after maybe 10 minutes of roleplay, I finally decided to make a decision, and we tried to break apart the boulder to put one half on each pressure plate to get out the room, and it worked.
That sounds very smart.
I wouldn't have thought of that, Gerald.
Yeah, or you could have or you could have used like buckets or something to get the water to put the. That's a great idea, though. I think that's fantastic.
That is a great idea.
Clever little sausage, you.
To add to the oddities of Jeff and Matt, a third person, we'll call him Larry, started showing up around session 2 and didn't want to play, just wanted to sit in. This may not have been an issue, but the player who invited him didn't really check in with the rest of us. He just really wanted to tag along, which would have been fine if he didn't also chime in and try to make decisions for the party as well.
Spectator. Does everyone remember Spectator?
Does anyone remember Spectator?
Wow, Spectator sucked.
I may be being a bit hard on the guy, but it was just frustrating to have someone not part of the game continue to show up and feel the need to chime into the game he wasn't playing.
I don't think that's hard on the guy
at all. That's not hard on the guy.
That's really fucking annoying.
No way. Unfortunately, but not surprisingly, this group fell apart after about 3 or 4 sessions and we never got together again. Since then, I've played a couple of characters in one-shots and now I'm a bit of the forever DM of my friendship group. We started playing over lockdown and we've added in some new friends my partner made at their job. So why am I reading it like this?
That's important information, Margaret.
So far, it's been phenomenal, and I'm about to try my hand at more of a homebrew campaign with about 6 players. I'm definitely a bit worried about keeping all the stories together, but excited at the prospect of a new game. Love the pod and hope you guys keep going for a long while.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks, Gerald.
Thank you very much.
That sounds like a fever dream.
Yeah.
That sounds like...
So who did we have there? We had
Matt.
Who was the Aarakocra.
Yes, yeah. We had Jeff.
Who was the person who couldn't make up their mind.
And then we had Larry, who was spectator number 2.
Spectator number 2.
Spectator number 2.
So,
that sounds like, when SNL tried to do a skit on something. That sounds like if they tried to do a skit on D&D being shit. You know what I mean?
I get you.
That's so annoying. All of it.
The whole, the Aarakocra who...
only played the soundboard. First of all, come on.
That's fine.
Is it, Jack?
That's fine if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But like, it's going to be really fucking hard to engage in roleplay with that person. And it's like, I understand that the Kenku does that. I understand that the Kenku only repeats like things that they've heard. But you're not a Kenku, you're an Aarakocra. Still fine, but if it's just like, it depends what's on it. If it's just like, if you're just rickrolling people or something like that,
oh my God.
when they click the button.
Yeah, like I think that to be honest, I think that could be done tastefully.
I think it could be done tastefully, but it
doesn't sound like it was done tastefully.
The word rancid vibes doesn't tell me that it was done particularly tastefully.
Doesn't translate to tasteful, does it?
Doesn't. Rancid and tasty aren't the same thing.
Rancid vibes.
Rancid vibes.
Oh yeah, that sounds annoying. And you know what? The whole like player who couldn't make a decision, right?
We've
all been there.
Like,
we've all been there.
Sometimes it's tough.
Our group in particular, I think sometimes we can really suffer from analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just talk ourselves in circles, and that's a normal thing because we all care about the game, and we don't want to do the wrong thing.
A lot of people are really scared of making the wrong decision, so they would rather make no decision
instead of the wrong decision.
Sometimes they need somebody by the side to be like, well, what do you want to do? Like, what are the options? Like, let's just figure out the best option if there isn't a perfect one.
I think that's what you're great at as the DM. You're great at, when you can see that we're starting to agonize a little bit, because we do, you kind of say, what would your character do? And not in a terrible murder hobo way.
Yeah, no, it's just like in this moment, you're stuck in between a couple of decisions. What does your character want?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that always brings us round.
Like, let's think about this situation, this exact situation. I sort of like set the scene one more time, and I'm like, what would your character do?
Yeah. And that always brings us round, I think. But
and the worst of the bunch, I'll be honest, is Larry.
Larry? Oh, man.
Spectator Larry.
Spectator Larry. Like, that's so annoying.
If you come in to spectate, shut your fucking mouth.
Shut up. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with having someone come in and like want to be, not even like watching the game, just want to be around when you're doing it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like, I enjoy just consuming D&D content.
Yeah.
So totally. I would very much like to spectate on games.
Yeah,
and
just,
just
as long
watch.
as people are comfortable with it.
Yeah. As long as people are comfortable. Yeah, but also
don't get involved.
Just it's not my game, so
don't get involved.
Shut my fucking mouth. Just
man,
like Larry should have done.
That's so annoying.
Shut your mouth, Larry.
Shut up, Larry. You rancid vibes.
No, Larry's not rancid vibes.
No, Matt's rancid vibes.
If you're a spectator and you've been invited to watch, you are watching, not playing. So shut up,
Gerald. That sounds like that's so annoying.
That is so annoying.
But I'm so glad that you're now the forever DM. You've got a good group. You really enjoy it.
That was that homebrew as well.
Yeah,
good
totally.
luck.
Good luck.
Don't worry too much about, like, not everything needs to tie together sometimes.
Nope.
I always end up trying to do that because like I enjoy that. But some people do just like a number of small adventures all tied together, like loosely, and there's a reason to go for them with an overarching plot in there somewhere.
Totally.
So don't feel like you got to connect everything together.
Nope.
If you want to, give it a go, but you don't need to.
Indeed. Good luck, Gerald.
Good luck, Gerald. Thanks for watching the podcast as well.
Thank you so much. Keep us updated, please. So this is number 2.
If I look like I'm bending down, it's because I'm stroking my dog under the table.
Yeah, you are. So this is number 2, and this is sent in by Leif, and they go by they, them.
Leif.
Thank you, Leif.
Have we had one from Leif before?
I think we have, or at least I think we've definitely had something submitted by someone called Leif. It might be a different Leif.
There was a character in Vikings called Leif, wasn't there?
Was there?
Yeah.
Called Leif?
Called Leif, yeah.
Was there? Who? Oh, here we go. Man, professional podcasters. Am I right? Is there?
Yeah, Leif. Leif, though.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled, yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah, he was a character.
Was he the dude who... That wasn't Torstein.
I'm pretty sure...
No, it wasn't Torstein. Was Leif the betrayer? Sorry, you did... Margaret, cut this out.
Anyway, we don't need to cut this out.
We don't need this.
There's a character in Vikings called Leif. Thanks a lot for your submission, Leif.
Yeah, thanks, Leif. So...
Let's keep it going. Professional podcast.
I was part of a campaign with 6 others. We had 2 battlesmith gunslinging artificers.
Right, okay.
1 gnome rune knight, 1 divine soul sorcerer, a devotion paladin, and a dual-wielding rogue, and me, a wildfire druid/monk, planned to be an ascendant dragon monk. Now, for the meat and potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, time for the meat sandwich.
The meat sandwich.
The potato
meat and bread.
sandwich.
Meat and bread, baby. So, we started at level 3, and I was a split of 2 druid, 1 monk. DM also used crit fumble rules. I used a quarterstaff, which had the versatile trait for D8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what the versatile trait means you can basically use it one-handed and do less damage, use it two-handed and do more damage.
Right.
We were in combat and the gunslinger kept rolling ones, so they would fumble and shoot the party. Mostly me, since I was the only melee character.
If they're a gunslinger as well, every time they roll a one, their gun will break.
Yeah. Without factoring in the character's AC. I attacked with my staff using two hands, dealing 1d8 plus dex damage, and then went to make my bonus action unarmed strike, to which the DM asked me why I got to attack again. I explained it was because of martial arts. Since I attacked with a monk weapon, I get to use my unarmed strike as a bonus action. That's just standard monk shit. The DM didn't like that and said...
Oh, okay, that's funny, because that's some fucking rules.
That's not fair to other players. Monk is too strong. You can't... Once again, hitting the monks with the monk is too strong.
I'm sick of this discourse of monks being too strong.
You know what? I saw this and I was like, I am putting this in because Jack is going to be so upset about it.
So annoying.
It is. Monk is too strong. You can't make that bonus action attack when you use a weapon, especially if it's using two hands, because you can't take your hands off of the staff to punch someone.
What? So you're telling me you can't go bang and then go... You can't let go. You think that takes too long?
No, obviously not. Oh. I was incredibly miffed and attempted to contest it, but was told that it's just not fair to the others that I get to make two attacks when no one else can. Later on, I rolled a nat 1 on an attack with my staff, and as per the DM, the enemy grabbed my staff, took it from me, and teleported away. All on my turn. So my staff, which was backstory important to the character, mind you, was just taken away because I rolled a 1 and now I have no chance to get it back. Even more miffed now. I'm with you, Leif. I'm miffed for you. Our rogue was a halfling, so they never had to deal with fumbles. The reason halflings don't have to deal with fumbles, especially in Act 1, is because halflings have a trait called lucky.
Yes.
And you can re-roll natural ones.
So unless you roll a natural 1, then re-roll a natural 1, you're never going to
You're not going to deal with it.
Which is very, very, very rare.
Happens,
it's going to happen, but very rare.
And they were making 2 attacks a turn with short swords for 2d6 plus dex a turn.
Like, the thing is, it's like 2d6 dex. Obviously, with that, you can't add your ability modifier to the second attack unless you take, like, the dueling fighting style or something like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at this level, the monk's martial art dice is a D4 level 3. So it's a D8 then a D4. It's basically the exact same as 2D6.
Yeah, and also on the basis that if they're level 3, like Leif said, they might not have had options to feats in the beginning. So the halfling probably wouldn't have the feat to do the 2 attacks anyway.
No, yeah. But it depends. It depends if you can... Like, some people just let people take a feat at level 1, but we don't know that
True.
So
but,
let's just say...
They shouldn't...
Let's just say they
if
don't.
that was the case, they shouldn't have been adding the dex mod to the second attack, but Leif is saying that they did. And then it's also like, you stop the monk making a bonus action attack, but then you let the halfling have the two-handed attacks. So you're letting them make a bonus action attack.
You let them make a bonus action attack, but your only stipulation was you can't use it with 2 hands.
Which, there's...
It's a versatile weapon for a reason. It means you can use it with 1 hand or 2 hands. Everyone's going to use it with 2 hands
because
it
does more damage.
And monks can't use shields in the other hand. So you would literally be sat there just going, would you have been happy with D6 attack and then
punch?
Attack?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because monks are too strong, Jack.
No, they're not. They're not. I understand that they seem strong at the beginning because they do get the most attacks early.
Yeah,
but
like
also...
that.
It's a D4.
Yep.
And it doesn't change till a D6 till 5th level.
Man, that's wild. So, we leveled up after the fight, and now, feeling like I shouldn't even go more into monk since it was nerfed so horribly from the start, I went druid again, and was told that the following spells were banned. Moonbeam, Healing Spirit, Summon Beast, and Pass Without a Trace.
Why those spells? What about those spells?
Why? To be fair, Leif has said, after Summon Beast, no contest from me, I get it with summons, which, I do understand.
I get it.
With Summon Beast, if you have someone who... no, not Summon Beast. It's Conjure Animals. With Summon Beast, it's only 1 summon.
Yeah.
But with Conjure Animals, it can be up to 8. So
yeah, and I get that. And, people just don't like summons because sometimes, it slows down.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
I get
but,
that. I was a summoner and I loved it.
And it's great. I love it. And, like, the fantasy of a summoner is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like a necromancer or something like that can just, like, bring up loads of things to, like, block. it's great. Summoning is really strong in D&D. Really, really strong.
Yeah,
so I understand maybe why, but...
Moonbeam?
Why fucking Moonbeam?
Why Moonbeam?
It's a
Moonbeam's
concentration
2d8.
spell. It's 2d8. It's a concentration spell. Like, what is it?
You can move it with a bonus action.
Yeah, like...
No, you can move it with an action, right?
No, I think it's a bonus action after you cast it.
And then, Healing Spirit, even then, and then Pass Without a Trace. Come on. So my options weren't too good. I ended up just using Flame Blade because I no longer had a weapon. Well, guess what? The next fight we get into, the boss heals from fire damage. It was a construct. So I was healing the boss, and the DM never told me that the damage wasn't dealing damage. So I just ended up undoing the damage the party was doing.
You need to tell them. Like if something doesn't do as much damage as it seems, or is even healing them, like, it's like you hit them with the attack. The first one is fine because they need to find out somehow. Unless they have a way to find out vulnerabilities and things like that.
Like a Cobalt Soul or something, yeah.
So, you hit them. That doesn't seem to do as much damage as you thought it might. They've got resistance. That did no damage at all.
Yeah.
They're immune.
Yep.
That seemed to actually invigorate them.
There's ways to say it without going, you healed them. But why would you
not
tell them
at all?
And again, this is a situation where the DM is setting this player up to fail and also to have inter-party conflict.
Yeah.
Like...
Everyone will turn to that person.
Everyone's going to be annoyed.
And be like, why did you do that? It's like, well, I didn't know.
Yeah, you'd like to think that the other party members would be like...
You would hope so.
You'd like to think. So I left after that because nerfing my character after I already built them and not allowing me to change it was just not good. And honestly, made me dread being there.
Is an action to move it.
It is an action. So thank you, Leif.
Yeah,
Leif, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's so shit.
And monks aren't overpowered.
No, they're not.
They're not overpowered.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're really not.
The reason why they're not overpowered is, they seem overpowered at the beginning because they get a lot of attacks. Those attacks aren't particularly strong, okay? Those D4 attacks aren't that much.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No, they're not.
Stunning Strike isn't that strong. It's a Constitution save. That is the highest save. If you take all the monsters in D&D 5e, that's the save they have the highest of.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be the most resisted.
Yeah.
Okay? They have key points to fuel everything they do.
Yeah.
Every single thing they do.
And key points are finite.
You only have a number of key points equal to your level.
Yeah.
If you aren't a group that takes a lot of short rests, the monk is fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
To deal damage to keep up with the party, they have to spend key.
They have to spend a resource.
The rogue gets to just
do
sneak
it.
attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like saying if the rogue had a finite amount of sneak attacks, that's comparing them together.
Or a finite amount of bonus action, dash, disengage, etc.
Because that's what the monk has to do. If the monk wants to dash, they've got to use Step of the Wind.
Key point.
Deflect missiles. Key
point. Yeah, exactly.
Patient defense. Key point.
Yeah, exactly.
Flurry of blows. Key point. If you short rest a lot, they'll probably keep up. If you don't short rest, they'll fall behind.
Can you tell how passionate Jack is about the monk?
Because it's fucking stupid.
I know. And this is what, like the 5th time we've heard people being like, monks are too strong. I'm banning monks. And then you hear DMs being like, I'm banning the stunned condition. You can't stun anything. What's the point? What's the point?
It's because I'm gonna say it.
Go on, say it. Go on.
It's because you don't understand how to handle it.
Yeah.
So you just take away.
Yeah.
Instead of actually using your brain and thinking and like having an ounce of critical thinking.
Yeah.
And being
you tell him, go on.
It's like, the easiest thing for me to do is to ruin this person's time. So that's what I'm going to do because I'm a moron.
Oh,
that's
my
what it
God,
is. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, tell him.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh
and
my God.
You're ruining everyone's time.
Jesus. Oh, Jack.
It does my head in.
Yeah, I know.
Find a way around it. There's ways around it. Like, listen to what I'm saying. There it is.
Yeah.
This is why they're not overpowered. So get it through your fucking head.
And you know what? Leif said it perfectly. Nerfing my character after I had built them and I wasn't allowed to change it feels terrible.
Yeah.
And we've seen this firsthand.
Of course we have.
We have seen this at our very own table in a game we played. One of our friends wanted to be something. The DM said it was fine. We got into the actual game. The DM didn't realize what they had signed up for and then just nerfed them on the spot.
The DM realized exactly what they signed up for, nerfed it without telling them.
Yeah.
And then when they tried to do the things they wanted to do,
wouldn't let them do it.
Oh, you can't do that because of this. And it's like, well, you should have told me that before the game.
Yeah.
If you had that much of a problem with it, which you did,
yeah, I know.
You need to get that out before the game.
Yeah, which sucks. That's such a bad feeling. Like, such a terrible bad feeling. So don't do that to your players. If you have a problem with anything they have, Talk to them.
If you're worried about something, just talk to them.
Talk to them.
And just be like, I'm worried that this might be a little bit overpowered, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and then we can adjust it accordingly. Then the player understands that you are watching it. We may need to do some adjustments because, D&D isn't perfectly balanced.
No.
It's never been perfectly balanced.
No.
There's stuff that sucks and there's stuff that's too powerful.
And, we have to rely on the trust of people around the table for it not to be stupid. You know what I mean?
You do. You really do.
So, sorry, Leif. That sucks.
That does suck, Leif.
Pouring one out for Leif.
Pour one out for Leif.
I'm not pouring anything, but... Yep. Oh my God, Jack, imagine. So, this is...
That's a big one as well.
That's a big one.
Pouring one out.
Oh, thanks, Jack. So, this is number 03.
For the homie Leif.
And this has been sent in by Dubsy, and she goes by she, her.
Thank you, Dubsy.
Thank you, Dubsy.
For your submission.
So here's a rather light-hearted horror story for you that can also serve as a cautionary tale for DMs considering using a fumble table. Always comes back to fumble tables.
Fireball, fumble table, rogues, warlocks, monks,
bards. Anything else? Anything else?
You got a problem with monks, you got a problem with me.
Oh
and you got a problem with this podcast.
Jack. So, I started playing in a new game with a friend, some of her family, and their friends. I don't have much 5th edition experience, but I thought our first session went really well. The DM has tables for both critical hits and misses, and in our first session, there wasn't really anything too bad that came from the tables, and they had even created some funny roleplay moments. I was starting to think that the warnings I had heard about fumble tables were exaggerated. Not so. Second session starts and I roll my first one early in the night. The fumble table tells me that I'm now mute until midnight.
Great.
Also, just to clarify, in case anyone doesn't know what a fumble table is, it means if you roll a natural 1, there's a consequence to it, and it's added to the fumble table. The DM has me roll to figure out what time it was at that moment, since we hadn't established it. From the dice, it's 10 p.m, so that's only 2 hours of in-game time, but we're in the middle of a dungeon, and now I can't really communicate or meaningfully interact with the party at all. Immediately, I was feeling left out of the game, but I was playing a level 3 rogue, so at least it wasn't impacting my combat mechanics. Yeah, imagine if you were a spellcaster.
Any spell that requires a verbal component,
you wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. As we continue exploring, I'm not allowed to confer with the party on next steps or share my ideas, but they still want me to go first for some reason. I trigger the next encounter, which is against one large monster, which one-shots me in its surprise round. The party spares the dying, but I'm out for 2 or 3 rounds of combat. I get healed, and I can join in again, so I move to a safer location. Then I have another critical miss on my ranged attack. This roll on the fumble table is that I can't attack my target again for the rest of the encounter, and keep in mind we're only fighting one thing. I plan to toss something flammable on the monster, but by the time it gets back around to my turn, it has another party member in a grapple. I say if I can't attack, then I guess I don't have anything to do on my turn. I don't have a way to heal, I can't attack the monster, there's nothing else to do or fight in the room, and I only have about 5 HP, so I don't really want to walk up to the monster again. I receive what I will politely call a lecture about how doing nothing isn't really appropriate when the rest of your party is fighting for their lives.
So why does the fumble table not allow them to attack?
Yeah, so if you think that the option of not doing anything is not appropriate.
Lecture-worthy. Literal lecture-worthy.
Why force your players into a situation where that's a situation?
You're a rogue. You can't speak. You can't attack. What would you like to do in your turn? I don't know. I can't really do anything. I'm probably not going to do anything. Well, that's stupid.
Well, that's not appropriate.
That's not appropriate.
They're fighting for their lives.
They're fighting for their lives. It's like, okay, well, don't make me not attack the monster then.
That's like, you know that meme where it's like someone shoots someone. They're like, who would do this?
Who would do this? It's like you've just shot the player, you turn around and you've just gone, which one of you did this? This is why they're stupid.
I'm basically told by the DM to go perform the help action to help the party member to break out of the grapple with the monster.
I can't wait for this to say I die because I was too close.
I say I'm hesitant to go over there with the health that I have, but I go over and I help anyway. On that player's turn, they successfully break the grapple and run away, leaving me as the only character in the vicinity of the monster.
Interesting. I think I just said this. But let's just carry on.
On its turn, it of course downs me. I fail my first death save, and then when it's my turn again, I roll my third one of the evening.
And that's 2 death saves.
And my character dies. I didn't even feel sad about my character dying because I had felt so detached from the whole session.
I'd feel happy because I don't have to
play anymore. Yeah. I felt detached from the whole session after being completely excluded from both roleplay and combat.
Why, like, this is the thing. Why do you turn up to Dungeons and Dragons?
To play, to do the dragon and do the dungeon.
You turn up to play Dungeons and Dragons, yeah? Which is, a role-playing, dice-based, combat-based game.
Yeah.
So if you turn up and you roll a natural 1 and you can't say anything, and then
that takes a whole element away.
And you go into the next fight, and then you roll another natural 1,
and you can't attack anything.
And there's only one thing there, you can't attack anything. So you can't say anything, you can't attack anything. So why are you there?
You
and then when you don't do anything, you get a lecture about not doing anything.
Yeah.
So then you go and try to do something that the DM has forced you to do.
And then you get penalized for it.
And then you get killed for it.
And then you get literally killed. Like, this is prime example of DM setting up a player for failure. For what, though? For why? What reason? What reason?
Because they're a fucking asshole.
You know what? I understand wanting to include critical fumbles. I do. I get why some people like that. I don't. I don't know anyone who does.
Don't make it
debilitating.
You can't talk.
Yeah.
Because that just takes. If you're a roleplay heavy game,
that takes away from the fun of the player.
Don't take it so you can't attack things.
Yeah.
Like, because first of all, what's the reason you can't attack it? You're not frightened.
What's the reason?
Like, what's the reason?
Like that. Oh, you just can't.
Like, the thing is, it's like fumble tables can be good if they're done right.
Yeah.
This is just dog shit.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm really sorry, Dubsy, that no one else at your table called out how bullshit your DM was being.
Yeah.
The fact that, and you know what? The fact that that player who was grappled and you. They were obviously there when the DM gave you the lecture, and you said you didn't want to go over because you were worried.
I'm hesitant.
Yeah, you go over anyway. They break out and they're like,
I run away.
Peace out. That's just selfish.
That is selfish.
That's selfish.
It's selfish. It is selfish.
Everyone around you has acted very selfishly, Dubsy, and I'm sorry. That sucks. I like how you were like, oh, it's lighthearted. That sucks.
That's fucking horrible.
That absolutely fucking sucks.
It's like you hear shit like this and you're like, I'm surprised anyone wants to play D&D.
I know.
Because the amount of bad D&D that goes around is unbelievable.
Agreed. Imagine if that was your first experience at D&D and you thought a critical fumble table like that was normal. It's not. It's not. That's not normal.
And like, I get it. They can be done well. But the problem is,
they can be done well.
Most DMs use it as like this nasty little power trip thing.
They do. They really do.
It's fucking rubbish.
Yeah. You can have a critical fumble table. I think Sherry gave a really good example, one of our mods. When she used a critical fumble table, it's like, I think the example she gave was someone's picking a lock and they roll a natural 1. And like they're being chased, it just means that the people chasing them gets there a little bit quicker, as opposed to you break your fingers in the lock and you die and shit yourself and everyone laughs.
The locks are mimicking eat your hands.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, Dubsy.
It's just rubbish.
That is rubbish. That sucks.
I think I haven't seen a successful fumble table done really well, personally.
Agreed.
And the amount of shit that comes with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, missing an attack is already really bad in combat.
I know. It feels real
especially
bad.
rolling a natural 1.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
in my table, if you've got your disadvantage up, like if you talk and slip it over to disadvantage, if you roll a natural 1,
you get to flip it back
return
over.
it a good thing. Because you've already missed and you really wanted to do, you've waited your entire turn, you've thought about it, you've got to that moment on your turn, you cast that spell and it fucking misses and you expend the spell slot, but
feels
it's okay.
So bad.
Because you get your advantage back. Let's turn it into a, like a bit of a good thing. The new 1D&D thing. When you roll a natural 1, you get inspiration. So you get an inspiration die. Yeah. So from now on, if you roll a natural 1 in D&D, like in rules as written right now, that might change it because it's still in playtest, don't shoot me.
Bam!
If you roll a natural 1, you get inspiration.
Oh, cool. I like that. That's cool. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
turning something that sucks.
Turning shit into good.
Yeah. And your DM was not doing that for you. And Dubsy, I'm very sorry.
And I'm glad you're gone.
I'm glad you're gone, baby.
Better than playing in that horse shit.
Totally. Thank you so much, Dubsy, for
Cheers,
your
Dubsy.
Story. So, this is number 4.
Number 4.
And this has been submitted by Anonymous. And she goes by she, her. She did leave her actual name just to say who she was. And I just want to say, We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your story. But of course, for the sake of this, she's going by Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonyblaster.
So, hi, Margaret and Jack, long-time listener, second-time submitter.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
This one might be a little bit long, but luckily it has a happy ending.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
So, about a year ago, I was approached by a friend of mine and asked if I would be interested in joining the campaign he was in, as they had just had a player dropped out and they needed to fill the spot.
Nice.
The group consisted of 3 players and the DM, and I would be the 4th player. I immediately said yes, and I met the rest of the party later that day. We all seemed to hit it off immediately, and I quickly became very good friends with the only other girl in the group. The first few sessions with this group were great. My character was introduced and began bonding with the other party members. However, as time went on, the player that invited me to join the game started to get very rude. He would private message me during the game, we played online, and tell me I was being annoying and to stop talking. He would question the decisions that my character made, and he would demand that our characters have a romantic relationship.
Why? Why is that?
That's a really good way to get someone to want to have a romantic relationship with you in game.
Yeah.
Is to tell them they're annoying and to shut up.
Yeah.
That would work on me.
You should shut up, be silent. But I think we should...
Now kiss.
Yeah, that's the way to go about it, I think.
I think so.
I think that's probably the way that it'll work the best.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was all for this in-game romance. Our characters had a lot in common, and I agreed it would make for an interesting route in the overall story of the game. However, every time I would try to have my character interact with him in any way, his character would either brush my character off or be downright rude to her. After a few sessions of this, I stopped trying.
Yeah, as you
obviously.
Because why would you bother trying?
This player continued to send me messages, demanding that my character make a move and initiate the romance between them. I explained that my character had tried already, and if he wanted that to happen at this point, his character would have to be the one to do it. OP, I think you're being...
far too nice and far too
here.
understanding.
Another thing this player would do is try to railroad myself and other players during combat encounters. At the start of my turn, before I could even begin to explain what I wanted to do, he would start talking, telling me what I should do. I did my best to ignore it, but it was frustrating. Yeah, sounds fucking frustrating.
If it's not your turn,
shut the fuck up.
Just fucking shut your mouth.
Unless someone asks you for help.
Yeah, unless somebody turns and says,
up.
I don't know what to do here, what should we do? And you talk about it as a group.
Yeah.
But do never tell somebody what to do.
Shut up.
They turn to D&D to play the game they want to play, not the game that you want to play.
And you know what?
So just shut your fucking mouth.
There is an element of problem solving and critical thinking used in D&D.
Yeah,
there is.
If it's just a combat and there's one enemy.
Yeah, just let people make their own fucking decisions.
Mario, you finished your go, right? Matthew, it's your go. And then Josh goes, oh, Matthew, you need to do this. It's like, no,
shut up.
No.
Yeah.
Josh would never do that.
No, yeah, that's absolutely not an example.
I love you, Josh.
Yeah. Now, this is where the horror story takes a turn and the happy ending comes in.
Let's go.
I reached out to the other girl player at the table and I told her my frustrations with the player. To my surprise, she told me that she was having the exact same problems with the player, except for the romance stuff. We agreed that we should reach out to the DM because neither of us felt comfortable at the table anymore and we weren't having fun. The player had been rude to us in and out of game and we wanted to put a stop to it. Good on you. I'm so fucking
That's exactly
glad.
what you should have done.
I'm so glad
you reached out to somebody else around the table. Yep. They said that they were experiencing very similar things. And
you stuck with each other.
You turned to the DM and said, this is happening.
Yeah, totally.
It's an unreal way to deal with it.
We told the DM how we were feeling about everything.
Come on, DM. Everyone crush your fingers.
And he totally shocked us. He explained to us that his campaign was basically being held hostage by this player. Apparently, this player would never leave him alone, demanding to receive more time in the spotlight and even complaining that he didn't like the way that I was playing my character. The DM explained that he had even had to cut out specific moments from both of our stories to make room for this player because he was scared of him. The DM apologized profusely for allowing this to go on, and we both forgave him, of course. We understood how we felt, as this player was making us feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It was agreed that the DM would talk to this player and try to sort things out. So first of all...
Don't even think he deserves that, but whatever.
You have OP, who's being treated like this. You have the other player, and imagine finding out that your DM is scared of this player, and this player is basically just...
This is like a campaign plot twist. When you were like,
yeah.
Turns out the DM was being... I was like...
I know. We shocked.
The drama of
the
it all.
drama. Like, how terrible is that? And that just goes to show how the power of one person, one toxic person who has never had to deal with consequences in their life, how they can worm their way in.
Yeah.
They can see that certain people are easier to take advantage of, and they do it.
Yeah, of course they do.
We all know someone like that.
Yeah, we do. But do you want to know what? I'm just going to say it.
Go on.
It gets to a point where someone doesn't even deserve talking to.
No, 100%. No,
this
agreed.
person doesn't deserve a second chance.
No way.
This person doesn't deserve talking to.
No way. And you're better people than us.
It's
for giving this
probably,
person. Well,
probably.
for giving this person a second chance.
But they don't deserve it.
No, they don't deserve it.
They shouldn't have
no
even
way.
had it.
No way. No way.
That moment, nothing.
Gone.
Like, to me, it wouldn't even be an explanation.
No way.
Gone. Cut out.
I agree. I very much agree.
Clean.
However, when the DM reached out, the player basically denied any wrongdoing. The DM went off on him, laying out for him plainly all of the things that he had been doing to us and how none of it was okay and it would not be tolerated. The player continued to play coy and then was kicked out of the group.
Boom. Get out of here.
Of course.
Trash bag.
Making the player leave the table wasn't something any of us actually wanted, as we had all considered each other friends at one point. But it became clear that this person had not only been manipulating the DM to give himself the spotlight and take away from others, but he had no intention of correcting the things he was doing that was making us uncomfortable. Without him there, the rest of us have never felt more comfortable and at ease at the table.
Amazing.
We bid him good riddance.
Good riddance.
Like you guys have said before, it's okay to want to be the main character, but you are not the only main character.
Correct.
You're part of a group and the rest of the group does not exist to be your sidekicks.
Nope.
This person didn't understand that at all. Thanks for reading. Love you guys.
We love you too.
Love you too. And
I'm
OP,
glad it came to that conclusion.
And I'm glad, man, that feeling when you cut someone out who is making everyone around you uncomfortable, who is dragging the vibe, let's be honest, down, and that feeling of relief that washes over you, man, I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad.
Get that shit out of it.
Get 100%.
Man.
And you know what? It's so hard when there's one person who's being toxic, but they're being manipulative about it, and they're acting coy, and they're not outwardly being awful. Yeah. It's so hard to catch that.
Quietly doing it to everyone.
Exactly. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's just snake behavior.
It is snake behavior.
It's just snaky.
It is, and it's unacceptable.
And you are fair enough that you tried to turn it around, but as soon it was amazing of that DM. As soon as they didn't get the response 100%. that they that person had one chance.
Oh my god,
that person had one chance. 100%. More chances than I'd have given them. To be fair.
Yeah.
But that person had one chance, and then as soon as the DM didn't hear what they wanted to hear, gone.
And you know what? Good on your DM for not being duped by it as well. Like this person, it sounds like they said they denied any wrongdoing, right? Good on your DM to see that.
Yeah.
Good on them for not being like, because that's how these people work. They manipulate you into thinking that you're actually the person in the wrong.
Manipulating your DM.
DM.
Cut out acts and cut out bits of people's story. It's so fucking unfair.
That's so weird.
It's just so weird.
That's just weird behavior.
I get being the main character.
Yeah, I get it.
I understand that some people can get a little bit main character syndrome.
I get
but literally just like cutting out everyone else's backstory because you don't want to see it.
And how must that feel to be this player, right? First of all, you said it best, OP, good fucking riddance.
Yeah, gone.
How must it feel to be this player, to know that everyone at the table's scared of you?
Probably makes them feel good.
But I just don't understand how that...
They feel like they've got this element of control. It's disgusting.
I don't understand that at all. Like, if that was me, and I was... granted, this is online, but still, if I was playing, D&D groups end up becoming very close, right? I couldn't imagine sitting there knowing I have power over all these people, and the only reason I'm there is because they're walking on eggshells around me and they're scared of me. That must be such a miserable way to live. And
well, it's even more miserable now because you've got nobody around you.
Well, exactly.
And that's the way you'll end up. You'll just end up alone.
Exactly.
If you treat people like this around you, you'll just end up alone.
Exactly.
And it's not the way to treat people.
It isn't the way to treat people. But OP, I'm so sorry. That sounds like...
I'm sorry, but I'm happy.
And I'm so happy that it worked out for you. And you know what? To move on to the whole, he was trying to force my character to have a relationship with him. You know what? Sounds like OP was down for that in the beginning. Yeah. OP was like, sure, I don't mind. And then to try to initiate it, then for him to be like...
What are you doing?
Like, but then to be messaging you.
Like, come on, try harder.
Like, that feels like that's so weird.
It's like the hard to get thing.
Yeah, and like, how must that have looked to everyone else at the table?
Very, very weird.
Like, that
everyone else will have been like,
why is she trying?
Why is she trying that?
Yeah, that must
make you feel so bad.
So uncomfortable. That's absolutely terrible. And by the way,
this person sucks.
don't fucking sit there and message the people at your table saying that they're annoying.
You're annoying.
You're annoying.
Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
You're annoying.
You're annoying.
You're the annoying one.
Man,
you're more than annoying. You're an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, you're the worst, man.
You are the worst.
Oh, I'm sorry, OP. That sucks. And
I'm glad they're gone.
I'm glad they're gone as well.
You did the right thing. Good on your DM.
Good on your DM.
So everything's done now.
I'm sorry that
Happy
you went
days
through
now.
that. Exactly. Sorry you went through that, but there's a silver lining. There always is.
Happiness.
So, this is number 5. You know what? I wanted to try and start doing the number joke. I'm not kidding you. When I'm editing these and I'm saying random numbers, it confuses me more than it probably confuses you, right?
So you can tell us what number you think it is.
You can tell. Yeah, please, yes.
There you go. You can do the number joke.
I will probably accidentally do it, but
oh, yeah.
I can't
you did get it right, though.
I can't fake it anymore.
You did great.
Number 5.
Number 5.
So this has been sent in by D, and she goes by she, they. We have read.
We have had a D before.
We have had a D, and this is actually the same D, because she opens it with saying, "Another player tried to romance my character, then romance me."
Okay.
Hi. So this is a little bit of a long one. A group of players I've been playing with for a while online finally decided to meet up in person. We lived relatively close by, and so sorry. And so doing a session in person wasn't difficult.
Nice.
It went really, really well, and we all really enjoyed it, so we decided to make a tradition by making every 4th session an in-person one.
Awesome.
So 3 online, 1 in person.
Cool.
Another player, I'll call him Joe for the purpose of the story, had started to get rather flirty online, sending me messages, and when we met up for sessions, he would always try to sit next to me. At first, I thought nothing of it, as I'm pretty oblivious to this type of thing, and I just thought he was being nice. It started to get a little odd when he started to state that he wanted to share a room with my character. Again, I should have seen the signs, but I just thought, oh, he's just trying to save money by not buying so many rooms. This is such a common thing. Like, people being like, I don't read between the lines very well. Like, yeah. I don't understand when someone's making a pass at me. And that people, I feel like a common thing is, it's like, well, you should have seen the signs. And it's like, some people can't.
Some people can't.
Some people can't see the signs.
And because people are like, sometimes people are really romantic. So they don't think about, like,
this is
things in a romantic way.
Exactly.
So when people make a pass at them, or some people try and make like a move on them or anything like that, they don't see it because to 100%. Them that's not an option.
Yeah, of course. However, the more we played, and the more and more he would do this, until eventually his character confessed their love for mine. I went along with it because he was a close friend and it was just a game. This went on for a few months. Things quickly went from bad to worse, however. At our next session, Joe sat next to me as always and began to call me baby and sweetheart. I joked and said, "Don't call me that or I'll whack you." But not really joking. He said I shouldn't be so tense and that now our characters were dating, we might as well be too. To say that I was shocked was an understatement.
That's the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I quickly explained how I didn't see him that way and it was just a game. But he got extremely angry and left our DM's house. Later, he messaged me.
Jesus Christ.
He messaged me saying how I shouldn't have led him on and I should have said something sooner. I blocked him on everything.
Good.
Told the group. Good. And we have not heard from him since.
Good.
What the fuck, D? What the fuck?
Just like pet names like baby and what was the other one? Sweetheart. Like, that is the most patronizing, condescending, uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
Like, you got to earn the right.
Absolutely.
To be able to call someone that.
You absolutely do.
I call Margaret babe all the time.
Yeah, we call each other babe.
Do you want to know what? We've been going out with fiancés and we've been together for 7 years.
Yeah. So
I've got the right to say that.
And you know what? If I turned around and I said, I don't like you calling me that,
it's fine.
You wouldn't call me that anymore.
No.
Like,
no.
Do you know what is it you called me? Have you seen the meme? Where it's like, help, my boyfriend keeps calling me Tony Pizza. as a pet name.
Yeah,
and I showed you when we were laughing, and then you wouldn't stop calling me Tony Peter.
Tony Peter. I am a big fan of calling Margaret silly names.
You do.
Like just silly, cute, funny names.
Tony Peter.
Yeah, Tony Peter.
Sorry, D. Sorry.
Anyway.
Anyway, like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
It's like, you know, like you call me babe. And we have like little cute names for each other, and we don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
But you know, like we're together, like that's a boundary that you can only really cross.
First of all, if you're together, or if the other person is happy with you calling them those names, like, and again, there is such a difference between, like, you know, for example, there's some people that we know that, like, she, her, female presenting people who call me darling, and I love that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But if a dude
does
called me darling, dead in the water.
Oh my god.
So weird.
Love.
Oh, pet.
Oh, but that's like, it's like pet. You do realize
that's all right. Pet.
What a pet, you know, Bully is my pet.
Yeah.
Like I own Bully. Like pet. It's giving like ownership.
Yeah, I hate pet. I hate
fucking
pet.
wrong.
I hate love as well. Man. I hate love.
Like, don't use that unless you've been given the right and like the go ahead. And like, you know, if you're in a relationship and like it's okay to do so, don't just call the woman.
Don't just call
like baby,
sweetheart.
Oh man, you are overstepping so hard.
Ugh, yuck.
And it's like, did this person literally just like want to like do like get rid of the hard part of like actually like trying to date someone, meeting someone?
I know,
like, and just being like, oh, you're mine now.
Well, and it's like, well, our characters are dating, so we might as well. And then to have the reaction of being furious and leaving, and then being like, you led me on. It's like, wow, that is akin, in my opinion, to people being like, well, you shouldn't have worn that.
Yeah.
You're asking for it because you wore that. It's like, you shouldn't have led me on. It's like, at what point did D lead you on?
Yeah.
What, your in-game characters?
Your in-game characters. Like, Margaret's character and Matthew's character had an in-game relationship.
Multiple times.
A game that I ran.
Yeah.
But at no point did Matthew turn around and be like, oh, I'm sorry, Jack, you might as well just move out of the house because I'm moving in. So, I mean, it's like, that's not how it fucking works.
Exactly. And, you know, like, I absolutely hate you shouldn't have led me on and you should have said something sooner. And it's like, she said nothing. That's the problem. She said nothing.
It was your assumptions.
I know.
Your dumbass assumptions that brought us to this situation.
I know.
And it's like, you just thought you could, again, like pass over all the hard bits of like actually getting a girlfriend or something like that. Or
actually having a meaningful relationship with someone.
And just being like, oh yeah, we're together now. It's like, you do realize both people have to be okay with that.
Are you 7 years old?
You do realize that both people have to want to be in a relationship. Like two people, like, you know, if you're polyamorous, that's absolutely fine. More people, totally fine.
Absolutely.
But you know, there's still some sort of consent there.
There has to be.
And at least a small amount of communication.
Well, yeah, not suddenly just well,
D&D characters are dating, so I guess we are now, baby.
Oh, D, that's sucks. And you know,
do you know what though? One thing I will give this person is they did take the trash out. They just took themselves out and just led them to the door. Nobody had to do it for them.
Yeah, that says everything as well. It's like the storming out, the lashing out, the being angry.
You are so entitled. You think that this person is now your girlfriend,
and it's also like, you know, that the actions of running away, angry, lashing out. Like, to me, that is just a sign of guilt.
Guilt, and also just like a man expecting. Like,
and being angry
as soon as like the woman says no, the guy's like toys her out the pram, walks out, storms out. It's like, I have a right for this. Yeah. I deserve this. Yeah. And the fact that you said no, I get to be angry about it. Who do you think you are?
Angry as well.
Who do you think you are? Who are you?
I think men don't realize how much being angry is terrifying for women.
Yeah.
It is so fucking scary being around a man who you're uncomfortable around anyway. Being angry. Like, you have so much power as men to be angry. Like, I don't really know how to put into words what I'm trying to say here, but like...
Yeah, but it's like...
Get a grip. Handle your emotions to the people around
you. Yeah,
you.
Exactly. It's like, you don't get to just be angry. It's like everybody else in that room has emotions, has feelings, can feel uncomfortable. So just because you think you've got a right to be angry, you do realize you're making you're compromising everyone else's feelings at that moment.
I know.
But it's like, angry, oh, well, I'm a man though, so I'm allowed to be angry because you aren't allowing me to do what I want to do.
That applies to everyone. Like, manage your fucking feelings.
Get your fucking shit together.
Yeah.
And don't like allow your anger to bubble over and make everybody, because just so you know, when you're angry and when you show that outwardly to the group, like let's just say you roll a natural 1, you're like, fuck's sake, and you get angry. Every single person at that table
is on edge.
Immediately feels on edge.
Immediately.
And that is unfair.
Yeah, it is unfair.
Everyone else around you.
It is. And I understand sometimes it's hard to keep your feelings to yourself. And I understand that some people can't regulate their feelings properly. And that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about unbridled anger.
Man rage.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about a lack of respect for the people around you. Yeah. There is a difference between not being able to control your emotions and that.
Throwing a strop like an infant.
Like a child.
Yeah. Like, that's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
Because you're upsetting, you're compromising everybody else around you by doing that.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Agreed.
So if you're a man and you do that and you think it's okay, it's not.
Yeah.
So fucking stop it.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
Okay. Capiche? Capiche? Everyone done? All right.
You finished eating?
Yeah. You done with that one?
How was your lunch?
Let's mop it up. Let's mop it up with number 6.
Yep. I'll give you dessert if you finish your lunch. So.
Mummy's giving you lunch.
Mummy's giving you lunch.
Mummy's serving up lunch.
Howling at the moon. So, this is number 6, and this has been sent in by our resident LoungingLemur.
Oh!
Lemur goes by she, her, and I just want to say now this is a trigger warning for SA, sexual themes. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, don't worry about it. You're safe here. Here, I'll leave a timestamp where you can skip ahead, and it will be over, and you don't have to worry about it. And if you want to sit this one out...
remember to put timestamp.
Yeah, if you want to sit this one out, please do. It's not worth compromising your own mental health just to listen to a podcast.
Yes.
So, this was a little bit difficult to write. Warning, essay and sexual themes. I'm going to do my best to choose my word choices carefully. So this happened almost 10 years ago. My boyfriend and I had just broken up, which meant I lost my amazing in real life D&D group of 3 years, and they were actually my first D&D group too. Sorry, Lemur. And I went online looking to find something to fill the void. I admit I stayed in this game longer than I should have because of this. I put in my application for what seemed like a very fun and chaotic online game. Just what I needed. There was a male DM and 3 male players and myself. I played a halfling rogue named Tip Tap. Finally, Lee was playing a rogue.
Yeah! Tip Tap. Like the name.
At first, it was fun. Very chaotic. And then, at the end of the game, the DM said, now the world changes, and rolled a D10,000, paused, and said something like, all the water is purple now. Okay, sure, weird, but okay.
Okay.
Second game, equally fun. By the end of it, when the world changes, he rolled a D10,000, and he changed the gender and race of one of the male characters into a female elf. I wouldn't have been okay with that, but it wasn't my character.
I know, I don't think a lot of people would be okay with that. It's like, you pick a race, you pick a gender, you pick everything that you want about your character, because that's what you want to play.
Yeah, and it's like, what if, there is a lot of like gender affirming things that go on in D&D. What if you were trying, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't my character, so I didn't say anything. Third game, equally fun, if a bit overly sexual, with a new female elf character, and I was starting to get a bit uncomfortable, but as I was still enjoying the chaos, I stayed. Now, the third world changes. He rolled his D10,000, paused, and said, you all have weakness to sleep spells. Fourth game. We were traveling between one town and the next, less than half an hour into the game, and the DM says everything goes black for you all, as we were all uncertain as to what was going on. He then says you all wake up covered in a clear, slimy substance, head to toe. It's all around you, and you can taste it too. Once you all sit up, you realize you are all naked. We were all really concerned at this point, and the now female elf player asks, quietly, can I roll to see what the slime is? And got a 22. It's goblin fluids. Oh, and with that roll, you realize that both you and the halfling, me, are pregnant with multiple goblin babies. I was in shock. I did not have any frame of reference on how to deal with this. I just sat there in silence, my brain horrified, not comprehending that this DM just essayed his entire party with goblins. To clarify, they knocked us out with sleeping spells. No, we didn't get saves because we had a weakness to sleeping spells. Finally, the female elf player DMs me and asks if I'm okay, and I just simply type no. It's been at least 10 minutes at this point. I haven't spoken a single word. And he asks, want to quit together? And it's like the world moved again. And I typed back, yes, please. The idea that I could quit hadn't even occurred to me. I didn't even have to say anything. He interrupted the conversation and said, Lemur and I quit, and we left the game. And we got into a private voice chat and just talked about the horror for about 2 hours until we both felt sane enough to go to sleep. So that was my very first attempt at finding a group after I lost my very first D&D group. Like...
None of that was random.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Not a single piece of that.
No.
This random world, this D10,000.
No.
It's just a facade.
And
we all know it.
You know what? When
Just
when I was reading that and I read, oh, they got changed into a female elf. And then I read, you have resistance to sleep spells.
No vulnerability to sleep spells.
Listen, if that isn't giving away
exactly what's about to happen,
I don't know what is. Lemur?
You would just hope better, wouldn't you? You would hope better.
Yeah. Well, first of all, who the fuck would do that?
No one.
This
sicko.
That is, oh my God. I say it all the time. That is so not fucking normal.
It's just
that is
weird.
So
why are you doing it? Like, what's
normal?
Like, what are you getting out of it?
What are you getting out of it?
Like, because again, I bet you, if I come to you and I ask you,
yeah, what were your intentions with that?
Like, what were your intentions with that? Like, what were you trying to get? I bet you can't tell me.
No.
I bet you can't explain to me without sounding
fucking weird.
Creepy, and probably like you deserve to go to prison.
100%. Like, what? Yeah, let's do a Brandon. What was your intentions with that?
What was your intentions with that? Like, because
I'm
interested to hear.
Yeah,
because
why?
I can guarantee you can't explain it to me without sounding weird.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Nobody laughed.
All right, next. What is that?
Because that's it. That's it's either you were trying to be funny or you were trying to fulfill something within yourself.
And if you think that's funny, I don't know what to tell you. You need fucking help.
It's just weird.
Like, that is absolutely fucking disgusting. That is so incredibly disgusting. It goes without saying, right, that's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we even need to clarify why that's terrible.
We don't need to go into the, like, again,
the whys.
Let's not take our players' choices away from them.
Oh my God, 100%.
That's all you're doing there, is you're taking your players' choices away from them.
In such a vile, fucking disgusting
such a
way.
Weird. Like, you planned that for, like...
How long had that been planned for?
You've been planning that for, like, 3 weeks.
Like,
changing someone's gender.
Yeah.
Giving them vulnerability to sleep spells. And then doing the SA stuff.
Yeah.
You've been planning that for 3 weeks.
I was going to say that.
Have you got nothing better to do? You're not got anything else to do with your life?
Obviously not, Jack. Obviously
you
not.
Sad fucking loser.
You absolute, like, bottom of the barrel, troglodyte caveman looking ass bitch.
That's exactly what this person is.
Like, and you know what?
Get a fucking life.
It's so, like, visceral as well. Like, I'm not going to say it again, but the description was absolutely fucking disgusting. Like,
this is just fucking right.
Truly fucking vile.
Fucking disgusting.
And you know what? Essay aside, right? The idea of pregnancy, of childbirth, of child loss, that is something that someone could very well be going through at the table.
100%.
Why the fuck?
Is that in your D&D game?
Why is that in your fucking D&D game?
Why is that in your D&D game?
Man, like, there are so many things here that could so easily... Lima fucking said it herself. I was just sat there in shock. And I had no frame of reference how to deal with it. How would you deal with it?
You don't, because that doesn't happen to people. It's not supposed to happen to people.
No, it's not supposed to happen
Sadly,
to people.
It does happen to people.
Sadly, it does. And I don't fucking know why.
Because people are fucking weird and sick and wrong.
Yeah, like...
You need help.
You need help.
You do. You actually need help. They need some help.
And it's not funny. And it's not just a game.
No, it's not a game.
It's... When you get into the territory of that, and Lima is sat here herself saying...
Everyone's here to play a game, and you're making it not a game.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is you're taking the game apart away, because you're taking the choices away, and you're putting in themes that shouldn't be explored.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a game.
Exactly.
For us all to play for fun, not for this reason.
And you know what? Like, the argument of, it's just a game. It's not just a game, because Lima's sat here still thinking about it 10 years later saying I'm horrified.
Yeah.
It's not a game.
It's not a game.
It's not just a game.
take your fucking weird shit and get all together.
Go to prison.
And you can, go to prison together and you can all play these sick games,
together.
Without your freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what?
That's what you deserve.
You know what? To get onto the good part of this is the other male player who
male
was
player as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is, well done.
Who was turned into the female elf. Well done.
Big fucking well
that
done.
Player.
Yeah, 100%.
For, first of all,
checking in with Lima.
Checking in, recognizing the fact that this is absolutely vile. I would like to know what the fuck the rest of the group were doing.
It does show, like, not every single man is like this.
Yeah, there was 2 other players at that table. What the fuck were they doing?
Nouse.
What were those other 2 players
Probably laughing
doing?
and being like, this is so funny.
Disgusting. But for that one male player...
Well done.
My God, well done. I think you are the next... You're the next Brandon. This one player. You're the next Brandon because...
It's sad, isn't it, that we have to applaud that?
It is sad.
When a man just does what they need to actually do.
The basics
what
of keeping the people around them comfortable. Agreed.
The bar is so low.
Yeah.
The bar is so low that we're applauding someone for just being like, well, that was fucking horrible. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Thank God for men like that. And thank you for saying, want to quit?
Yeah.
And then not even like taking that onus away from Lima.
Yeah.
To then be like, by the way, we fucking quit.
We quit.
You know what I mean?
And then like sitting with Lima for 2 hours afterwards, like listening to her out.
Yeah.
Hearing her out, sorry.
And as Lima said here, it's like the world moved again. Like, sometimes you just need someone to fucking have your back.
Yeah, to just be there for you.
Yeah.
But I just can't, it's just insane that one person has been able to come to us with 3 stories.
Yeah,
now
I know.
We've read out on the podcast, all about the same horrible shit that guys do.
Yep.
And it's just like...
add it to the fucking pile because we have like 450 submissions now and we can't read out everything, obviously. And you know what? Some of the reasons we can't read out everything is because some of the attitudes and some of the way these people are treated, we can't possibly say. We can't possibly fucking say it.
We have to just cut out the whole thing and it wouldn't make sense.
Exactly. And it would do no justice to the people for us to cut those things out.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I am not kidding you. Like 80% of these stories are all sent in by female presenting people who have been trapped like this by male presenting people. And it's fucking terrible.
One person, 3 submissions, same topic.
Yep. There you go.
Same thing.
Yep.
And I can guarantee you, all 3 of them were by different DMs.
I think so.
Or different players.
I think so. So, Lima, I'm so sorry. The great news is Lima is in a group in the Discord. We can absolutely vouch for these people that she's in a group with.
None of that shit happens in the Discord.
Nothing but amazing things. Your D&D game sounds amazing. Your DM, John. Big up, John.
Big up, John.
I hear you're doing an amazing job.
Amazing John.
Amazing John. And all the other players, Cefy, Lynn, and Jordan. You're just A-star people, aren't you? And so are you, Lima. So...
Mint, innit?
It is.
Mint, like,
it is.
The Discord has been put up and people in there are making campaigns. Like, there's multiple campaigns going now and everybody in there just feels comfortable
and
because they
time.
understand that shit doesn't fly here.
Exactly. And everyone knows if there is anything that comes up like that, it's dealt with. It's dealt with in a healthy, safe environment.
We won't allow stuff like that.
No way.
If that stuff comes up, if somebody thinks that's acceptable, I don't understand how you can listen to our videos and then go in the Discord.
Yeah,
and think that's
no one
acceptable.
would. No one would.
Nobody has done that, so
no
obviously they don't.
Yeah.
But if that did happen, just know that
gone. Totally.
In an instant.
Totally.
No second chances. Nothing.
I'm sorry, Lima. Okay. Trigger warning over. Welcome back.
Yeah.
It's over. It's done. And let's continue with number 07.
Number 07.
So this is sent in by Anonymous, and she goes by she, her. And just a little smiley face.
Thank you very much. Anonymous Blaster.
Hi,
she,
besties.
her, yeah?
Yes. Sorry. Hi, besties. I think I will literally explode if I don't share this. Thank you for sharing,
well,
OP.
let's
I hope
make
it helps.
You share it then, because you don't want that.
Yeah. I'm a first-time DM, and I've been playing for almost 10 years. Everyone in my party is a new player, but we've been playing for about 6 months now, and it's going really well. There's some natural pitfalls here and there, but we're all learning together, and the group all seems to be having a really fun time in the homebrew world that I've created.
Amazing.
Sometimes I think they're even better players than I was, and that makes me so proud as a DM. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, just washing the hair away from the last one.
Mm-hmm. The only problem is that one of the party members has a serious case of main character syndrome. But I mean serious, chronic, uncurable, no vaccinations. It's terminal.
It's just in there. It's just baked in. It's in the paintwork. There's no getting it out. It's like rust.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're finished.
You're finished.
My first red flag was when I asked for character backstories before the sessions. Most people gave me bullet point lists of very short written stories. This player, we'll call him Bruce, sent me several pages of very, very intense backstory lore, writing out an entire other world that his character was from, its beliefs, hierarchies, etc. Notably, as he's a first-time character, this didn't include any D&D official lore, as he didn't know about any of it. As a first-time DM running a homebrew setting, this was very intimidating, but I figured he just got excited and wasn't to know that he was overwhelming me. So we pushed on. As we've been playing, though, it's become clear that this player genuinely doesn't even care about my story, the other PCs, or anything that isn't his own character and world. He's constantly changed his very dense backstory to include new lore and attempt to give his character new experiences and abilities. I've blocked most of these, but since it's everyone's first time making a character, I've allowed for slight tweaks along the way, as I know character creation can be hard, and I don't want everyone stuck with things that they didn't properly understand. If another character has something, for example, a pact with a god, a cool weapon, an interesting appearance feature, etc., he has to have it too, and constantly changes his backstory to include these things. Again, I block a lot of this, but it's gotten to the point where his own personal character lore is more convoluted than the lore of the actual plot of the game we're playing. He expects me to constantly insert things from his backstory, like I'm contractually obliged to, instead of the occasional nod and fun moment I offer to most of my players. But the irony is, his backstory is so complicated, it's really hard to get it to gel with the rest of the world I'm creating.
Of course it is.
Of course it
because
is.
They made another world and another hierarchy, another like Patreon of gods, everything.
Yeah.
Like, carry on, because we'll get into it at the end.
Did you say Patreon of gods?
Pantheon, sorry.
Patreon on the mind.
Yeah, Patreon on the brain.
While the other players have backstories that slot in quite nicely because they're simple and non-specific. The final straw is that he's starting to make the game less fun for other players. I'm confident enough in my capabilities as a DM that I can withstand him cutting me off, describing creatures for me because his character would have seen it before, and making it the Bruce show. But several of my other players have reached out to me now, and they say that they feel steamrolled by him, that he is too obsessed with his own world and not mine, and that him constantly talking over is disruptive.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
It would be one thing if he was derailing to take the lead and push the players through the plot, but he's taking over and just talking about how his own backstory and his own lore and distracting from the goals that the players have. All of this while being a lone wolf type character and very secretive. So none of the other PCs even know what it is, and he won't shut up about it. Just
how can you not shut up about it that much and not let anyone in?
But he just says he has a shady past. It's extremely draining. I don't want to just kick him from the game because they're so passionate about it, and it would feel cruel and tyrannical. I can feel myself getting tempted to become the type of DM that intentionally picks on certain players and makes their characters miserable, which is not something I want to be. But I'm just so frustrated and I feel so disrespected.
Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised.
Anyway, that's it. That's the story.
Oh, God.
It's ongoing, so there will be more horrors to be had.
Okay.
I'm sure.
If you are making a character, you're making a character.
Mm-hmm.
Let the DM make the world.
Yeah.
Let them give you the world.
Yeah.
Let them give them the pantheon of gods, not Patreon of gods. Let them give you the whole landscape, political climate, everything. That's their job if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you find a way to fit in there.
Yeah. Or I don't see anything wrong with making up your own slice of the world, right? Make up your hometown. Yeah. Make up, maybe the leaders in your hometown.
That's
Make
fine.
up, your own god.
Yep.
But run it past the DM.
Yeah.
And if the DM says no, don't brute force it in.
Mm.
And, don't make it all about you. Matt, there is so many things in this.
It's so wrong.
So many
wrong.
things.
It's like, this is why you get a world primer, so you can take the world primer and go, okay, I like this, I'm going to make my character live in this sort of area. Yeah, your DM might not have the name of the town that you're from.
Yeah.
They might not have had a village up in the snowy mountains, but, you can probably work with your DM to make that happen.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I mean? But it's like, if it's a flat world here, not a flat Earth, just it's a very flat landscape, sort of like the Netherlands, very flat. Don't be like, I live in the highest peak of the highest mountains, because it's like, you're not listening to what they're giving you.
Yeah, and it's also like, the whole, if someone else has something, suddenly this character has to have it. Like,
let everyone have the moment.
I know, man, there is nothing worse. And again, it's literally like the last story said, right? Like, everyone's the main character.
Yeah.
You're a group of main characters together. Let everyone shine.
Everyone. Like, if you pull out this beautiful, like, bejeweled dagger that, like, glows with this necrotic energy.
Oh my god.
And then the other person goes, I've got a bejeweled dagger that's got, like, necrotic energy swirling around it. Look.
Like, what's the point?
Why, like...
That just makes
the thing
everyone
is, though,
feel bad.
I can guarantee if Bruce was like, I got this, and pulls out this, like, beautiful musket gun or something like that, and it's like the first of its kind, and somebody else went, I've got one of them, Bruce would be like, no, you don't. No, you don't. That's not fair.
What?
Like,
no!
Let everyone have something cool.
I know.
You'll get your moment to shine.
Of course. You do. And it especially sounds like OP especially.
Yeah, 100%.
OP is making a point to include everyone, right? First of all, OP, you sound like a wonderful DM.
Yeah, and it's not your job as a player to create a world.
No, it's not.
Like, stop. Like, if you say I'm from a different world, then immediately there is...
2 worlds that the DM has to manage.
2 worlds of and then space travel.
Oh, man.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're making that a thing. You're making, like, galactic space travel a thing. Like, I feel like they don't understand what they're doing is creating consequences for the DM.
Exactly. And, again, I understand OP says, like, he's new. He doesn't understand. But, like...
This person just needs some guidance. I think.
Totally. I think
you need to get hold of Bruce.
Shake him.
One-on-one.
Shake him a little bit.
And just say...
Rough him up a little bit.
Like, you need to explain these points. Like,
totally.
It's my world.
Yeah.
You're a player in it.
Yeah.
Use my world and what it's got to create your character.
Like, tell them honestly what you just told us here.
Yeah,
like,
it's too much.
It's too much. Like, it's gotten to the point where you're so specific with your backstory. Like, I'm really struggling to fit it into this story.
And it's impossible to fit in.
And, I also have to consider the other players at the table too. The other players want to play in this game, not just in your world.
Yeah.
And, if you want to play in your world, look,
Be
go
DM.
Ahead.
Be a DM.
Be a DM. You'd probably be great at it because you've created so many things. Well,
I think
no.
Like, the players have got to talk as well,
Yeah.
And also, like, let other people have things.
Oh my god, 100%.
You need to reassure them. Like, I will give you the moments.
Yeah.
I will allow your character to shine. You've given me the backstory. You've given me too much for my backstory, but like, you've given me a backstory.
Yeah.
Like, I will touch on it. I will, like, extend on it. We will do it together. But, like, if somebody else has a character thing, your character doesn't have to have it as well. Because that's not fair.
And like you said, OP, like, you can deal with it. First of all, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to handle someone
you shouldn't have to handle any of this.
Describing your monsters
like, you
and,
should being like, I'm a big enough person to hear that and not want to. You shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't have to.
They should have some respect and listen to you.
Totally. And, now you know that the other players at your table don't like it, so that something has to change, and it has to be Bruce.
Yeah,
like, it has to be. Bruce is the only factor here that needs to change.
Bruce is the problem here.
Yeah, agreed. Very much agreed. And I think you need to have a conversation with Bruce.
Yeah, 100%.
And like you said here, I will literally explode if I don't share it. I'm not surprised.
You need to speak to Bruce.
Yeah, it will get worse and worse and worse if you don't talk to him. Honestly, it doesn't have to be this big scary confrontation.
Nope.
It can just be a gentle one-on-one conversation. Again, I fully believe if you're honest, there's nothing that can be misconstrued in theory.
Yeah.
I know that isn't always the case.
No, yeah, because some people just don't want to listen.
Some people don't want to listen,
But also, I will say it again, and I know some people disagree with me here. Your backstory is the beginning of a story.
Yeah, no, that definitely.
Not the beginning, the middle, and the end.
No, agreed.
And just consider that your dungeon master has to read it all.
Yeah, no, agreed. I'm so with you. It is the beginning of a story now.
So writing to me personally, to just a personal opinion, writing pages and pages of backstory is too much.
Yeah, I think, I feel differently because I think you can still have the beginning of a story, but have a lot of information,
I agree.
But I agree. It should be the beginning, not the finished article. Because where do you go from there?
It's like a short book, though.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Like I do think you can do a couple of pages and it be quite concise in the beginning of a story, and have some this is my town and this is what it has in it, and these are the people that run it, and great, beautiful information.
Yeah.
But just remember that the dungeon master is not only creating a world, but they have to consider all of those things.
Of course. And, as well as that, people write differently.
True.
People might write sprawling descriptions of things and have exactly the same information as someone who just does bullet points. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
But I agree. It has to be the beginning. And it sounds like Bruce
has
created a whole new world.
The whole
And OP,
it sounds like he's done Bruce has done a world primer for a character in somebody else's world.
Yeah, and also OP, like the last thing you said here was, it makes me want to become a DM who intentionally picks on players. Don't let that become the case.
Don't let that become the case.
Don't let this lower you to that. Honestly,
this isn't your fault, and we're not blaming you.
No, it's not. You are so much better than that.
Yeah,
you owe yourself more than that, honestly, because you even say it yourself, you don't want to do that.
No.
So have a talk with Bruce. And just be gentle, but honest.
Yeah.
And if it continues, there's your answer.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go. Oh, OP.
I'm so sorry,
Please
OP.
keep us updated.
Yeah, let us know how that goes, OP. Tell us how Bruce takes it.
Okay, so this is number 8. 8. So, okay, this is number 8. And this has been sent in by the Clover Artist on Instagram and the Clover Artist on Twitter. I will, of course, leave links below. And they go by they, them.
Okay,
thank you, Clover Artist,
for your submission.
So I used to play with a group of 7 or so people between 4 games a week. We would spend hours and hours talking about our games, and we were super close. I was DMing a campaign, my first ever one. It was amazing, and we had fun, and we had a lot of players come and go over the last 2 years, but the core group stayed, and I was happy with that. After 2 years, I was getting burnt out, and I took a month off one of our weekly games, but I was also not having fun in the other weekly game. So I got everyone to discuss what could be causing it. We talked for hours, and they chalked it up to burnout and maybe not liking the character I created. So I took a break, worked out with my DM how I could change my character in a way that me and my DM were happy about.
Nice.
So just to clarify here, I think I hope you don't mind me calling you Clover. Clover basically stopped DMing but continued to play in these games.
Yeah.
Wanted to change their character.
Yeah.
So I switched from my average boy next door bard to a full flamboyant warlock, as it fit with his current arc, where he had a goddess half possessing him, helping him with magic. Same name, same backstory, just class and personality change. I was happy, the DM was happy, the other players were happy, but one player who up until then, who had basically been my co-DM, helping me learn and run the game. They messaged me and pulled me into a Discord call to tell me that I shouldn't change my character and that their character couldn't treat my character differently because it goes against all the roleplay that we had in the past. And that changing into a more outgoing personality would be confusing and go against established law, and that they would not help me with this transition. This really hurt because I was super excited about the changes I made.
I'm not surprised.
And I was super excited about my favorite hobby again.
Yeah, that matters more.
100%.
That matters far more.
You having fun matters more than any established law. And by the way, changing your personality and even changing your class, listen, if it's for the betterment of the player, everyone else should just shut the fuck up and be
I did it.
Huh?
I did it.
Oh, with with Nephros.
It was more just the voice. I changed the voice.
Yeah.
But I was way happier with it. And like the voice changed the personality a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was only a handful of sessions in, I think. Like maybe 10 sessions in.
Same. I did exactly the same.
Yeah, like you've got to be happy playing. And if you're not happy playing and you want to change up the character, I think that's always a good thing.
And your DM and everyone else is okay with it. Granted, they should be.
Yeah.
Especially your DM, then no one has a place to tell you.
No. Like, and the thing is, like, if you want, like, you can do it either. You can just change it and just have it like, okay, just so everyone knows I'm changing this now. And it's going to be slightly different. Or you can make it like a character arc and like do it over a few sessions and the DM can facilitate
exactly.
it. That's also absolutely fine.
We say every single time, if you're not enjoying the way your character is, you can change it.
Yeah, 100%.
And 99.9% of the time, no one gives a fuck apart from co-DM. So that's when it hit me. The reason I wasn't having fun anymore was because of my co-DM.
Yes.
I remembered multiple times that they had interrupted special scenes that the DM had prepared for my character to only make it about their character. They somehow made it so that their character was the main character in my campaign, and I failed to notice till now that the entire plot revolved around them, including talking over other players into making their backstories so they are basically just an NPC to them. It was a running joke in the party that they would just do whatever this PC wanted to do. It wasn't fun trying to explore the other characters' backstories because it would just become about their character again, and I would feel that they never got their chance to shine. It wasn't fun to play in the other campaign because they walked over my time to shine as a player. Our group was so intertwined, I was afraid to bring this up, as I was the only one seemingly bothered by this. When I tried to talk to the DM and one of the other table, it turned out that my co-DM had already talked to him and convinced everyone in the group that I just don't play D&D the way that they do, and that's why I'm not having fun. The co-DM said I like beer and pizza D&D, and that's why I don't like the complicated, highly political game that we had been playing for over 2 years. How condescending, beer and pizza DM. That's why you don't understand this mass entanglement of political intrigue. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, you tell them, Margaret. You tell them.
That's so rude.
It is rude. It is
beer
rude. You're
and pizza,
right.
that's so fucking rude.
Not wrong with a bit of beer and pizza.
Absolutely fucking not.
Get yourself a beer and pizza. Come on, you deserve it.
Yeah, you do. So we talked it out. My DM agreed that this wasn't the case, and he said he could see how my co-DM always put themselves as the main character. I said I don't want to play with my co-DM anymore because I was really hurt that they went behind my back telling everyone my feelings before I'd even figured them out myself. So me and the DM went around and talked to everyone. Everyone agreed I had been wronged and hurt, and it should have never happened. But when it came down to who to keep in their game, I was kicked out, and they killed all my characters the next session without me, even after telling them that this is not what I wanted them to do. So not only did I lose 3 games of D&D and a game of Lancer a week, I lost all of my friends. I've been having a terrible time getting back into DMing and playing because I feel like I did something wrong, and it might just happen again. So am I the arsehole for feeling this way and refusing to play with my co-DM? Absolutely fucking not.
So this wasn't Am I the Asshole, it was come over to Horror Stories because that's what, okay.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Just, this isn't Am I the Asshole first.
No.
You're not the asshole.
No, my God, no.
First things first, I'm going to shill my Discord.
Go on.
Join the Discord.
Shill it.
And there are loads of people in there who are looking for a Dungeon Master.
Mm-hmm.
Loads of people in there.
Oh my God,
who are looking
so
for a
many
Dungeon
players
Master.
looking for a DM.
It sounds like you already play online because you said like they hopped into another chat.
Yep.
So hop in there.
100%.
Make yourself available.
Oh, Clover, 100%.
Get Clover in the hit Clover up in the Discord if they come in.
Yep.
Secondly, your co-DM is horrible.
Horrible.
What a horrible thing to do.
What a horrible, disrespectful, rude, cruel thing to do.
Your group, your DM, to not see this and then
apparently they saw it.
The end decision though was to kick out
Clover.
And not this toxic piece of shit who's going around talking behind people's backs and telling everyone how they feel, saying that their Dungeon Master style is burger and whatever.
Beer and pizza. That's so fucking rude.
Everyone DMs in a different way.
Everyone enjoys.
Me, Margaret, you, everyone. Clover, everyone.
Everyone enjoys different fucking ways of playing the game, and that's the point.
There's not a right way to Dungeon Master.
No way.
There is a wrong way to Dungeon Master.
Yeah,
and there are plenty of examples here today.
Exactly.
But there isn't
a right way.
As long as you're respecting everyone and everyone's having fun.
As long as everyone's having fun.
There isn't a right way or a wrong way to DM.
Who cares? As long as everyone's having fun and it's not toxic, hateful, etc.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, I really hate that. The implication that there is a right way to play D&D, and if you don't enjoy highly political, highly strung stories, you're playing it wrong. Wrong.
I'm a perfect example of this. I love political intrigue.
Oh, yeah.
Love watching it.
Yes.
Like watching Matt Mercer and like watching like the hierarchy and like the way the political systems work in between the Dwendalian Empire and the Jorhassian what is it? I don't know, I can't remember.
Kryn Dynasty?
The Kryn Dynasty, that's the one. Like just the power dynamics in between the two and things like that. It's so cool. I try and run a politically intriguing campaign. It's dog shit because I don't enjoy DMing like that.
Well, there you go. That's all that matters as well. Is if you don't enjoy it, like, I just think that is so fucking rude. I hate that.
I like just stories. And, you know, like just an epic story that just
having
plays
a good
out.
Fun time.
Yeah, just having a good fun time.
Good fun time. And that's all D&D should be, by the way. Having a good fun time.
But that doesn't mean Matt Mercer's dog shit because I don't like to DM like him.
Nope.
And that doesn't mean I'm dog shit because I don't like to DM like Matt Mercer.
It also doesn't mean that anyone who doesn't like to have backstories involved, who doesn't like to run a story, you just like to do combat, that doesn't mean that you're wrong either.
No.
And the problem is when people start to think that something that is subjective is objective, fucking not.
It doesn't matter what you think at all.
And you know what?
I just want to, like, it sounds horrible.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't matter what you think.
As long as everyone else is having a good time.
Yeah.
Do you know who's not fucking having a good time? It's co-DM who's sticking their nose into everything and is...
like a proper busybody. Like a nasty ass little troglodyte caveman looking ass bitch.
100%.
Nose and finger in everyone's pies.
Terrible.
And concern yourself with yourself. You could probably be a far better person if you just got out of everyone else's fucking business.
Imagine turning around to one of your friends and saying, I'm not going to help you with this transition. What the fuck do you mean?
Because of like what?
Why?
Pre-existing law. What law?
Pre-existing law. What?
I created the fucking character. If I want to fucking change it, I will. If I want to change it so I'm having a better time, I will. All you're saying there is, I don't want to facilitate your good time. That's all you're saying.
Well, and it's like, the main reason they gave was it goes against roleplay they had in the past. Oh, what? So people can't change?
So people can't change.
So everything just stays the same.
The person I am when I was born is the person I have to be when I die.
Exactly, Jack.
So I can't change.
Exactly.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And
shut up, man. You're just a fucking busybody loser. Fuck off.
I'm so sorry, Clover. This is the fact that you were kicked out. You know what? The fact that you were kicked out of all of the games and you said how close you were entwined. It kind of suggests to me that maybe there was something else going on.
And you know,
that's not me trying to fucking stir the pot, but...
Oh, yeah, you're the one stirring the pot, yeah.
No,
not this person.
But seriously, like, you know, Clover's obviously left here thinking to themselves, I've done something wrong. You haven't.
No.
It sounds like there might have been something else going on. That is not your problem.
No.
That is not your fault.
No.
If people had an issue, they fucking should have told you.
Yeah.
And no one likes to play with a person who makes everything all about them.
Yeah.
If there's jokes going around at the table that everyone is an NPC to this PC, listen.
That's a problem.
Some people don't like confrontation, and some people are more comfortable making jokes like that than actually addressing it. If I heard that as a DM, that my players think that they're NPCs to a PC, man, that is a red flag.
Yeah.
There is problems there.
And I just want to, I just want to go to that point we were making earlier because I forgot to actually finish it off.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, it's okay. It was me. I just completely got sidetracked by something else. I think I was just so angry and I started to yell.
Yeah.
So, you can have your opinion and it doesn't matter because you can do whatever you want. Yeah. You can play whatever you want. Yeah. You can play in whatever style. You can have these horrible homebrew rules that have been over. If you enjoy it, that's fine. It's the moment you say, oh no, that's wrong.
Yeah. Agreed.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Agreed.
Shut up, because nobody cares what you're saying.
No. And you know what? D&D, once again, is so subjective.
Of course it is.
If people want to sit around and roleplay and pretend that they're picking flowers in a field, if everyone's happy with that, who fucking cares?
Like,
if a DM right?
Yeah.
Wants to run a game with 5 combats in a day, and everyone's happy with that.
Fine.
What's the
Do it.
problem?
It's like,
If the DM doesn't want to TPK a party, what's the problem?
no, there's no problem. But it's the thing. It's like, why is it out of like? Okay,
Go.
ice cream.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just say,
Everyone, hold on.
I like vanilla ice cream.
Stay with me.
You look like mint chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
And even though maybe I love mint chocolate ice cream, but let's just say I don't like that ice cream.
Yep.
That ice cream isn't wrong.
No.
So why is it?
Because it's just fucking ice cream.
So why is it as soon as it comes to Dungeons and Dragons?
I know.
Why is it wrong?
Well,
why is
because-
someone's opinion then wrong?
It's because people like to get involved in things that have nothing to do with them.
Just like you, I'm telling you, for your own self, for your own being, for the rest of your life,
yes.
you're gonna have a better time if you just wind your fucking neck in and shut the fuck
and
up.
you just learn to accept the people around you and that people like different things to you.
Everyone's different.
And that's okay.
Everyone is different.
I can't believe it's 2023. We're nearly 30 years old and we're having to explain to people
that Dungeons and Dragons is subjective.
And we're having to explain to people that people cannot like the same things you like, and that's fine.
And it doesn't make it wrong.
And it's not a personal attack on you.
No, just because somebody likes to TPK the party, you know what I mean? I don't, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Like,
you
listen.
You can like mint choc chip, and I can like vanilla, and neither of them are wrong. And you can like the TPK your party, and I don't.
Yeah.
And neither of us are wrong.
Agreed.
But as soon as you say you're wrong, you need to fucking go and you need to go and look at yourself in the mirror.
I know.
Why are you saying that?
Agreed.
What's wrong with you?
Agreed.
Who's done this to you? Why has somebody made this? Like, why?
Was it mother?
Was it mother?
Was it mother?
Just
Anywho.
check yourself.
Yeah.
And think about what you're saying before you say it next time.
Agreed. And Clover, listen, none of this was your fucking fault.
No.
Your co-DM has, like Jack said, way too many fingers and too many people's pies. Just none of this was your fault.
Your pie is nice and hot.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Just concern yourself with your pie. But that pie is made for you, right? That's the flavour you like. It's the crust and the pastry that you enjoy.
What pie would yours be?
Mine would be like a meat pie.
Yeah.
I think I enjoy like a mint. I've got a mint and onion pie in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna eat it tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll put that finger in that pie, and that's enough pies for me.
That's it. That's
because that's
all.
my pie.
Yeah, mine would be.
Doesn't matter what flavour yours is, because that's your pie.
You don't want to hear my flavour?
Oh no, I do. But that might not be my favourite pie. Oh,
it's apple.
That's
it's
good.
an apple pie.
It's good.
I like apple.
I know you like apple pie. There you go.
There you go.
Just keep your finger in your own pie and shut your mouth.
Yep. And give me the apple pie. Sorry, Clover, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, this is second to last. I like to warn you. I like to give you a bit of a warning.
What do you say?
Penultimate.
Thank you to somebody in the comments.
Who said that? Who said that?
Remember.
Someone was like, Margaret, a better way to say second to last is penultimate. Thank you. Ranted vibes. Ranted vibes, unrestful. All the rest. So this has been sent in by Dwarvenfjorge in the Discord, and she goes by she.
Dwarvenfjorge.
Thank you, Dwarvenfjorge.
Do you want sponsored by Dwarvenfjorge?
Sponsored.
I fucking wish. Give me the tiles. They're too expensive. I can't buy them. Give me the tiles.
So this does include spoilers for the module Out of the Abyss.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
In case you're running it and you haven't got to the end or something like that. Are you playing it?
So I, she, her started playing D&D with 4 of my friends a few years ago. 4 of us had probably walked. Walked?
Like,
yeah, like cooking.
Walked?
We had worked together, and the other was a spouse we all knew. Another friend of mine, Joe, lamented to me that they never got to play anymore. They are about 10 years older than us, and they played a lot of 3.5 a long time ago. I, the DM, asked my group if Joe could join us when starting our next campaign. They all agreed, but all of us were a bit nervous as we were all still finding our comfort in role-playing, and Joe was known to be an abrasive and overbearing person.
Oh,
great.
Good job you invited him.
Yep. Things went fine for a few months.
I bet you won't regret it at all.
No.
I bet that's not what this story's about.
This isn't a horror story, right?
Joe can't be involved.
No. The group enjoyed having an odd number for decision-making, and Joe added a different perspective to the group. There was still awkwardness from having a new and unfamiliar person in the group, but we still had fun. About a dozen sessions in, another friend of mine realised I had logged into my D&D Beyond account and he could access it. He joked about messing with everyone's character sheets and adding in super powerful items for everyone. I actually said, sure, it's April Fool's Day, go ahead. As the DM, I knew that the party was about to run into Zugtamoy.
Zugtamoy? How do you spell that? I want to have a look.
Z-U-Jed. Stop. Stop! 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 Cut it! No! I nearly passed out there. No!
Did you all hear that?
No!
Z-U.
Stop!
Z-U.
No!
Jed.
Stop! Stop laughing! Stop! Stop it!
Jed.
Listen, I don't normally spell in big letters.
Jed.
I normally spell in little letters. Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
There's been a murder.
I think that's the greatest thing that's ever happened on the podcast.
There's been a murder. See you, Jed. What the fuck?
Jed. See you, Jed.
Why did I say that?
Zugtamoy.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is like in our campaign. We picked up some horses and Josh named his Thomas.
No, he didn't.
What did he name him?
Just Tom.
It was just Tom. So Thomas, his Sunday name. And he went to spell it. And he went T Hoach
instead of H. So now the horse is called T Hoach, and he will live on forever.
See you, Jed.
Jed.
I don't normally spell in big letters, okay?
Jed.
GG.
ZU.
GG.
I've got it. I've got them in. They look cool.
TMOY.
Like this big sort of
Demon Queen of Fungi.
Yeah. It looks cool as. Zugtamoy.
We don't talk about this anymore.
Jed. Is that what you say when you congratulate your friends in a game?
Shut up.
Not GG. Jed.
Oh.
Jed team. Jed. Zugtamoy. See you, Jed. Oh my god.
Oh,
okay,
Jesus
sorry, carry on.
Christ.
Zugtamoy.
I don't know if that's even how you say it.
It sounds like it. Zugtamoy.
One of the sad elements.
Or maybe it's Zugtmoy.
One of the sad elements of Out of the Abyss is that the majority of the campaign is spent running from any encounter with the demon lords. And I thought it would be a lovely change of pace to let them use these items for a session. And just this once, they wouldn't have to run away.
Sounds pretty shit.
Well,
Not being able to fight the things that are in front of you. Sadly.
The party loved these items and were so excited to keep them secret from me and be able to wield such awesome power. So just to clarify, in case you missed it amongst that shit show, one of the DM's friends had logged into the DM's D&D account and was like, oh, I could mess around, give them items. And the DM, OP, was like, yeah, go ahead.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah, go
cool
ahead. That'll be
twist.
fun.
Yeah.
So Dwarvenfjorge had no idea what was being added and changed. But the characters were really happy about it.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
That is
cool.
really cool.
It's kind of fun.
That is really fun. And you know, OP says the party fucking loved it. So
Yeah. Good.
Anyway.
Good.
The 6th level party prepared to fight Zugtamoy when Joe says
Zujejetamoy.
I'd like to cast Wish. I was of course caught completely off guard, but my friend had given Joe an item that allowed him to cast Wish. Joe says he wishes for the being responsible for the fungal incursion to have never existed. And here is where my horror story begins. Joe was playing an evil drow who had escaped from her high-ranking family in the Underdark and had been living on the surface. At the start of the campaign, I made efforts to tie Joe's backstory into the campaign. According to the module, the highest-ranked drow family is responsible for summoning the demon lords into the Underdark. So, of course, I made the easy swap of having the person responsible for summoning the demon lords be Joe's mother, that his character hates, and he has just wished that his own mother had never existed.
Did Joe know this?
Yes, Joe. Yeah.
Okay.
I took a moment to sit and contemplate all possible interpretations of Joe's wish to come up with a way for this not to be absolutely catastrophic. I suggested he changed his wording to no longer exists, but Joe is never wrong and knows better than everyone else. He refuses to alter his wish. Everyone else at the table says, hey man, you really have no idea what that's going to do. We could all get sent to a time before they existed. This could kill ours and your character. Joe's response? I don't care. We spent a full 10 minutes trying to convince him to no avail. So that suggests to me that everyone did know this, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, that suggests to me that everyone knew this situation. At the very least, Joe knew it, right?
Joe knew it.
Yeah. Finally, I said, okay then. Joe's character ceases to exist. The group rolls to see if this is the kind of universe in which they'd remembered that Joe's character had existed, or if all record and memory are gone. No luck. They aren't aware that someone is missing. Joe is silent. I offer him his choice of NPC to run for the rest of the session. He refuses. The session continues and he leaves the table and spends the rest of the night upstairs talking to my parents, who he is also friends with. At the end of the night, everyone leaves and I go upstairs to talk to him. I explained about his mother and how almost any other phrasing which I had suggested would have only removed his mother. I tell him to roll up a new character and give me his new backstory ASAP so I can work his character into the next session. He refuses. He will only play his original character. I assumed he would come around after a few days, but when I reached out, he made it clear that that's not how he plays D&D, and he has never been back to my table. I'm actually wondering now if Joe did know, you know? Like, reading that a second time round and reading it out loud, I wonder if Joe did know. Dwarvenfjorge, can you please give some clarification?
Can you give some clarification?
Yeah, can you give some clarification to this?
Wish is such...
And, you know, no, you go.
Wish is a nightmare.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
It's, you know, there's a reason it only comes in at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You know, and it's usually to potentially, like, undo or change or, like, be able to, like, swing the odds in your favor in an unimaginable way.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Because, like... They let them have these magic items.
Yeah.
They didn't know they had Wish.
Yeah.
They obviously tried to talk them. Everyone tried to talk Joe out of it.
I think that's the thing. Regardless of if Joe knew or not, right? There was 10 minutes trying to convince them, then another 10 minutes trying to convince them. And DM said, like, change your wording. Now, some people, once again, can't read between the lines.
Maybe you should have been a tiny bit more clear.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was an element of definitely being more clear.
Maybe
here,
you should
right?
have said, like, this could have quite bad consequences for you yourself.
Well, all the other players said it.
Yeah.
All the other players said, this could kill ours and your character. And Joe just said, I don't care.
I think the only person that matters from is the DM in that moment.
Yeah, no, I do agree, because the players obviously have no idea. But, like, you know... OP does say we spent a full 10 minutes trying to convince him.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, to hear, I don't care.
What can you do with that, really?
Like, what can you do with that? And what can you do with someone saying, I don't care? And then, look at that, the consequences of your actions catch up with you.
Consequences of your actions have caught up with you here.
Now, I think my opinion on this probably would change depending on how much Joe knew or not.
If Joe knows...
Then shut the fuck up.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, then
what are you gonna do?
Then, you know,
like if Joe knows that, it's like you will erase yourself from existence because you're erasing your mother from existence because she's the one that unleashed the fungal swarm or whatever.
Yeah.
Then, what do you want anyone to do about it?
Yeah, I know. What?
Like, you're biting your nose off to spite your own face, and then when you win, like, nobody's going to listen to you because you've done this to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. If Joe didn't know, I actually do have a lot more leeway for Joe.
If Joe didn't know, then fair enough. I understand that everyone tried to change their mind, but you don't know that it's going to delete your character.
True.
So it depends.
But also to have the attitude of the other players around you saying, you don't know what this is going to do.
You fuck around with all sorts of timelines.
You could kill our characters. We could all get sent to a time before this. To just go, I don't care.
Like, if everyone's like, like, don't put my character at risk, and you're like, I don't care. That's not. It's a cooperative like game.
Agreed.
We've got to get along.
Yeah.
And if you're putting everyone else's character at risk because you don't care, it's not a good attitude to have. Not a good attitude to have. That's a bad attitude to have.
And I do believe there absolutely should have been more communication between.
They probably should have said this could they could have even just hinted at it being like, this could have some really bad implications for you particularly, Joe.
And then again, would Joe just come back with I don't care because Joe knows better?
Yeah, well, if Joe knows better, then it doesn't. I think Joe's the sort of person it doesn't really matter what you would have said in that moment. They thought they were big brain. And
Joe is known to be an abrasive and overbearing person. Now, of course, we're only getting one side of the story, right? Yeah. So, take this with a pinch of salt. But based on everything there, and you know what? Thinking about it, right? The whole module is based around the demon lords.
Yeah.
And this one person in, I mean, I don't know what session, but 6th level party goes, I'm going to cast wish and undo everything. Surely that would be the end of the module.
Well, no, just I think the fungal bit is just like a part of. It's like an arc,
right?
I think.
Right.
So this is like the fungal demon lord.
Right.
So they would have to fight other demon lords.
Okay.
No offense, and let me know if anyone's played like Into the Abyss or anything like that. But to me, looking and not touching feel bad.
That
to an extent
sounds more akin to maybe something like in Call of Cthulhu, where you have to pick your fights, and if you even just perceive like a monstrosity, it's bad. Do you know what I mean?
Because the thing is, it's like
but this is D&D, not Call of Cthulhu.
If you see a dragon in a D&D game, someone fight it.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? Like seeing demon lords and then just having to run.
Oh, yeah, totally, yeah.
That must feel a little bad.
Yeah, no, agreed. And you know what? Dwarvenfjorge even says herself, like, I wanted them to be able to fight this.
Yeah.
I wanted them to have these items so they could just fight it.
Maybe you should have had a small say in what they got.
Agreed.
Like a small say.
Agreed.
Because, if the wish item doesn't get put in there, problem doesn't happen. Maybe you should have. But yeah, you sort of wanted to be surprised. I don't know. I think this is maybe...
saying this, like she does say herself.
Is it she or they?
She, her. We had just started playing D&D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, first time DM, first time players.
Maybe you didn't like know that was a possibility.
And you know what? The fact that they were all new players, a new DM, and that Joe, who had been playing 3.5 for a long time prior, came in and then was like, I'm going to use Wish. I don't know.
See, this is the thing though. I gave Matthew Wish in the first campaign.
Yeah, but he wasn't a piss taker.
Yeah, but so it's like...
We don't call him abrasive and overbearing. You know what I mean?
No, but what I'm saying
is... We call him
like,
Stinky.
Yeah,
Stinky
Matthew.
Stinky.
I gave Matthew the ability... Basically, he had a ring,
yeah,
and he rolled a d6 every time he cast a meta magic, and it gave him like the ability to do something.
Yeah.
Number 6 was Wish.
Yeah.
And he knew that if he cast Wish, the ring would be destroyed. And he knew that the ring was needed to defeat the BBEG, basically. Yep. So Matthew didn't just go, I'm just going to do this now.
No, he actually conferred with you. Yeah.
He had restraint. And,
yeah.
So it is possible to give somebody Wish and them not do this.
Yeah, totally.
But they do have to be the right sort of player.
That is 100% trust in everyone.
Yeah.
And I feel like from the very beginning, there wasn't trust with Joe there.
Yeah.
And, how were you to know?
Yeah.
How were you to know?
But also, it's like, when you get to a boss, you don't just want to wish it away.
No.
That feels dog shit.
You want to fight the boss.
Of course, that's why you play D&D. So it's like, to be just like, I just want it gone.
Yeah.
To me, that's sort of asshole behavior.
Yeah, I agree. And this isn't...
I know this isn't now the asshole, but I think that's asshole behavior.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, we just fucking fought our way through this entire thing and this entire arc is coming up to fight Zugtamoy, and then you go, oh, I wish the Zugtamoy doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that feels bad for everyone. Like, I want to fight the boss.
To recap on what he had said, he wished for the being responsible being Zugtamoy for the fungal incursion to have never existed. So it's like, you're just sat there facing Zugtamoy being like, whoever summoned this, wish they never existed so Zugtamoy wouldn't be here right now.
And it's like, you have to have known that somebody summon Zugtamoy. Otherwise, you would just say, I want Zugtamoy to not exist.
Yeah, I want the being who summoned
So you
Zugtamoy.
know that someone, and I think it's obviously at this point common knowledge that it was Drow. So would you take that risk?
No,
In case
I
it was
wouldn't.
you?
I wouldn't. No,
In case
I
it was
fucking
something
wouldn't.
to do with your bloodline or something? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like, the more I'm talking about, the more Joe is a fucking bit of a fucking asshole. Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of factors in this.
I think there was maybe just a tiny bit more communication, in my opinion.
Oh, no, I agree. I think from Dwarvenfjorge herself,
Yeah.
I think she did everything in that moment she possibly could have.
Apart from saying,
outright saying. Do you know what I mean?
you will die from this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, yeah.
Whereas I do feel like Joe has been an asshole about it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think a lack of communication unintentionally doesn't make you an asshole.
No,
but I think
no, I agree.
I think going into a game with new players, having experience, and then wishing away the only demon you're fighting, that's a bit weird to me. That feels like a bit of maybe a bit of a power play.
Yeah, a bit of like a big brain play.
A bit cheesy.
I'm a bit
bit cheesy.
I agree.
Yeah, a bit cheesy.
I agree. Yeah.
So sorry, Dwarvenfjorge.
Sorry, Dwarvenfjorge.
I'm sorry. If you could please clarify, did
I would
Joe know?
I would like some clarification.
Yes, please clarify. And thank you so much for sending a story in. And I'm sorry that happened, but I'm glad that Joe didn't come back to the table. For your sake, I'm glad he didn't. Yeah. Okay, so we're here at the last one. How's everyone doing? These have been terrible, horrible stories, but maybe not as heavy.
I think they've been great.
Yeah?
You don't like them?
I don't like the horror stories, no.
Oh no, but you enjoyed yourself?
Oh, I've enjoyed myself.
Being on the podcast?
Yeah. How about you?
I've enjoyed being on the podcast.
Good. I'm really hungry.
Buddy's enjoyed it.
You hungry?
Yeah, I'll put the pie in after this.
Hell yeah. So this
pie.
is.
I'm going to put my finger in it as well.
Yeah. And then I am as well.
It's red hot. Get your fucking finger on my pie.
Yeah.
It's red hot. I'm not really. Don't do that. Cheers.
So this is number 10, and this is the last one.
Last one!
And this has been sent in by Rowan, and they go by they, them.
Cheers, Rowan.
So, oh my God.
It's just the wind.
Sorry, yep.
The wind is blowing. My feet are cold.
Yep. Feels good, though.
It's nice, yeah. Feet are cold, though.
So, more of a comedy error versus a horror story.
Come on.
We played Acquisitions Incorporated, and our DM allowed us to go crazy with our characters. They allowed one of the players to be a beholder. It was rad. They let my character be a reborn fire genasi who was the spoiled nephew of a CEO who constantly died to knowing his family's wealth and would cast Revivify or a resurrection spell on him later. He got cut off.
I'm not surprised. That's funny. That's funny stuff.
This PC was the definition of toxic masculinity. He would shamelessly flirt with everyone, show up late, be dumb, and be rude, and let's be real, just be a jerk.
Great.
However, he was a massive pushover for the girls the girls and theys in the party, which was everyone, because they were all attractive people, so he would do whatever they asked, usually coffee runs or other errands/labor. Also, if you don't know what Acquisitions Incorporated is, it's a very I don't know too much about it, but it's kind of like a modernized world where there is things like CEOs. There's a lot of money. It's very modern, I think.
It's like is it a module for D&D?
It's a module, yeah.
Yeah. There's like specific spells and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. It sounds really cool.
It sounds really cool. You know, it's maybe not my vibe.
But, no. Yeah. But just cool. In case you're like coffee runs, that's why. So my PC was the tank, and we had just finished a dungeon crawl. We got an artifact that my character had pocketed, and the DM was hinting that our past actions' consequences were coming up. I left the group to go on a coffee run because I was turning a new leaf, and I wanted to be helpful to the love of my life, the beholder.
Nice.
As soon as I left, the police arrived to confront the party about past shenanigans, killed the rogue, downed the sorcerer and the ranger.
The police did?
I get back in time to help the bard dispatch the rest of the popo, but I spent 5 rounds in line at a fantasy Starbucks while my friends got slaughtered. And they spent a bonus action to call me, only for me to ignore it because I didn't save any of their numbers. Later that night, I used the artifact we found and accidentally ended myself and the rest of the block. You had a -3 intelligence. But we got 2 new great PCs out of it. A lesbian trying to avenge her wife due to unfair labor laws, and a sugar baby cat boy.
Wow.
What more could you want?
Wow. Wow.
It's like when you're being fucking shot.
So you went to Starbucks and all of your friends got killed by the police.
Yeah, basically.
And then you tried to use the artifact to bring them back, I imagine?
Yeah.
And then you offed yourself.
And then killed the whole block.
Wow. I love the chaos of this campaign.
And you know what? Like,
Feels real good.
If this was like, first of all, I would hate this. I would hate this. But, you know, if this was like a shorter module, everyone was having a laugh. It sounds like, you know what?
Sounds like everyone's having fun.
This is the example of everyone being absolutely chaotic and everyone fucking living their best lives. I would hate it.
Well, if it was a short thing and I knew that sort of my play was expendable and stuff like that, and I wouldn't mind.
I think I would enjoy it. Jack.
What?
Loud.
Is that loud?
Loud, very loud. Jack, put them down. What'd you roll? Natural 20.
Natural 20. Natural 20, 10 and a 15.
Nice.
Love it.
Anyway.
It's a great start to end on.
Thank you, Rowan. That was a really nice one.
A little palate cleanser. Yeah, little KFC wet wipe.
Sugar baby. Yeah.
Little KFC wet wipe in there.
KFC wet wipe.
Right at the end.
Thanks, KFC.
Just wiped it on my tongue.
Yeah.
Feels better now.
You wiped it on your tongue?
Yeah.
Did you just eat the whole thing?
Just did the KFC
Hell
wet wipe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that was a nice silver lining. We really hope you enjoyed. We were like, we won't make this video too long, and here we are past the 2 hour mark.
It's like near close to 2.5 hours.
Yeah. However, we did put up a poll, and like the vast majority of you said you were happy with 2+ hour videos. So as long as you are, we are, to be honest.
It's easy to go with these stories on. It's really easy to go over.
It is because
you can just go on a tangent for ages,
totally.
and then you start a tangent about something else.
Some of them are long, and you know.
I don't mind.
I personally love reading the stories out.
My dog minds.
Oh, the dog's real upset. Oh,
so I'm going to end this episode now.
Yeah. So before we end, if you've grabbed a t-shirt for yourself, thank you so much.
If you haven't yet,
once
the
again.
link is going to be down below to our shop, www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk.
Yeah, and there's no obligation, there's no pressure, but if you would like one, they're available now.
And you're supporting the podcast,
Indeed.
So thank you very much.
And please don't forget about our Homebrew Challenge starting today.
Homebrew Challenge, join the Discord, go to the Homebrew Challenge forum that's in there.
Mm-hmm. We are going to be there too. We'd love to
find
talk
out
to you.
the details.
Our theme is Moon. And you have to make a simple melee weapon.
And I can't wait to announce the winner on the podcast.
Totally. So everything you need is going to be in there. The template, everything, the guidelines, everything. And roll them out.
Okay. If you like this episode, make sure to click the thumb button down below because that will leave a like on the video. Just, a complex read through of what liking the video is.
Yeah.
If you liked it enough, click the subscribe button. It's free.
Yep.
Tell us some of the solutions that you would have given for some of these horror stories.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Share your horror stories down below or click the link in the description to go to our form to leave your own horror story in there.
Thank you for everyone, by the way, who just leaves a comment for leaving a comment. You have no idea how much that helps.
Just being like,
Hi.
That helps.
Seriously, it really does. Thank you.
A full stop. Done.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Really
Some
do.
people are just like helping out the algorithm.
Love that. Thank you. You have no idea how much that does help. It really does.
And click the bell if you want to be notified when we upload new videos on a Monday and a Thursday. And as for that, I love you. Margaret loves you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.